Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, to the Akim, doing the work in sincerity and truth, to the hopeful elect, greetings and blessings. We're Great Millstone, Vegas camp. Okay, we're out here again, another weekend, Babylon the Great, prophesying, doing the work, okay, gathering up the elect of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai for this last days, okay, before the Lord brings the judgment upon this place, Babylon the Great. Okay, we're out here to talk about various topics. Like, you know, we're always like the scriptures say, the spirit is like the wind. Okay, we might start talking about something, then the spirit leads us to something else. Okay, so the main thing is prophecy. That's the one thing we should really be focused on right now. Okay, we're in the Passover week afterwards. Okay, we're in the unleavened bread right now.
Yep.
Okay, so it's a time of where we should be purging ourselves from everything that might get in the way of us in this truth. Okay, but like I was saying, the main thing is prophecy. There's a lot of things happening in the world right now. You know, of course, Donald J. Trump. Okay, he's one of the focal points right now of events that are happening in the world. America behind the wars. Okay, America just attacked some rebels, supposed rebels, the Houthis, Iran-backed rebels. You know, and that's escalating. So this man was talking about he's gonna come into office and he's gonna end all wars. There's gonna be ceasefires everywhere. Peace, right? He's gonna bring peace, but he's doing the opposite.
I got you. Admitting that the elites, with the elites, you know, the international bankers, and their religion is Jewish, Judaism. You know, they follow the Talmud. Mm-hmm. So whatever president, he can be in America or anywhere around the world, you know, the beast systems, they control them. Even Russia, you know.
Yeah, they control
the so-called Jewish, you know, has control over the Russians. They got their foot, you know, inside that government.
Yep.
You know?
China too.
Yep. To back up what you were saying though, 1 Thessalonians 5:3, it says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape."
Right, because these devils, man, they push a certain narrative to get the people, to get the minds of the people, and make them believe that, hey, everything's gonna be all good. You know, that was one of the reasons why so many people voted for this guy to get in office, because he was promising peace and safety.
Yeah.
Right?
He's the select. He said, we're the party of law and order.
Yeah.
So if he has law and order, people's gonna be in order, and then they'll have peace, because he'll restore order in the galaxy, in the you know, the universe, but in the world.
Yeah, and it plays into that built-in Messiah complex or persona that they're trying to, you know, place him in. All right, the stage fake assassinations and all the other shit that they were doing while they were campaigning his run. So they had him set up like he's this Messiah-like figure that's gonna restore order and peace in the world.
Yeah.
But now you're seeing the opposite effect as soon as he get in office. You know, now all of a sudden he reigniting the proxy with Iran through the Houthi rebels.
Right.
Then you got Russia. Soon as he stepped back from aiding Ukraine, Russia goes on the offense.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then threaten NATO and saying, like, if y'all try to do anything further, we gonna continue this, and it's gonna get even worse.
And he supposedly stopped all the aid to Ukraine, but he's still sending billions and billions to Israel.
Yeah.
So how is that You know, how is that working for peace and safety? No, man. There ain't gonna be no peace and no safety. You know that because how about Gmslv don't want that right now?
Right, exactly.
You know, he wants these nations to actually go to war with each other. Okay, and America has had an agenda for the longest time to overthrow all these regimes in the Middle East.
Yeah, every kingdom that Esau, even the so-called white man, has been over, you know, there's no peace because he's the man. He's basically the man of war, basically. Man.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
He lived by the sword.
Yeah, he lived by the sword. You know.
Right. He was set up to take peace from the earth.
Right.
I got a precept. This is Luke 12:51. Suppose ye, this is the words of Yahweh Shai. Suppose ye that I come to give peace on earth. I tell you nay, but rather division.
God, and that's something that a lot of people don't know about the scriptures and the Lord. They think that, oh, we all need to be united and Jesus, and you know, we need to pray for world peace. What the hell's wrong with you? You don't know the scriptures, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay?
These are Christians that are usually
Yeah.
saying it.
Yeah.
Right.
Protesting for peace, world peace.
Yeah.
What Bible are y'all reading?
And peace never came through prayer and you know,
Right.
begging, and it always, peace only comes through violence anyway.
It has to be a dominant, violent force
Right.
that takes peace from it takes violence from the earth with violence
Right.
to quell. Because hey, I mean, like we were saying, these women get upset about toxic masculinity, but let a toxic man become an active shooter somewhere, and then who gonna stop him? You need another toxic man. You know, you need more violence to stop this guy. So that's the only way it's gonna happen. Okay, he's got to go there with violence.
I want to back you up. Isaiah 58:22. There is no peace, saith the Lord Yahweh, unto the wicked. And like the point that the brother was making, man, you know, it also says how there are many devices in man's heart, but the counsel of the Lord that shall stand.
Yep.
And we know, you know, their true intentions is not peace anyway. Trump shows you his intentions during his first term. Did he want peace at that term? So why would he all of a sudden want peace this time? That's why people is simple, man, and that's why that you know, that peace and safety is gonna get a lot of people jacked up.
Yeah. Remember back in was it 2018 when he pulled out of that Iranian nuclear deal?
Yep.
And they had everybody panicking and you know, just report all throughout the world that he pulled out of that. Then he comes back in his next term, term in office, and all of a sudden you want to renegotiate and sit back at the table with them.
Yeah.
And now this time Iran, they're not falling for it. They're not taking him on that negotiation.
Right, because they know that there's no such thing as this man keeping his word.
Exactly. They learned this about this devil by now.
Yeah.
He speaks with a forked tongue. When was that Psalm 55?
Yeah.
He can symbol with his lips,
Yeah.
which means
When they speak of fear, believe them not, for there are seven abominations in his heart. His words are smoother than butter.
The war was in his
Or
heart.
words in his heart.
Yeah, he wants you to put your guard down, and then once you do that, hey, you easy pickings.
Speaking on Iran, they're still salty about that whole Soleimani assassination.
Yeah.
Or, you know,
There's two of them, right?
it was another general, but these countries are on the brink that peace is not an option.
Yeah.
You know, these relationships that America has built with these many nations over the years have been severed by Trump and, you know, and several administrations before that. So these severed relationships can't be mended.
Yeah.
Not by money, not by trade.
Burn bridges.
Yeah.
it's like it's a saying, you know, fool me one time, shame on you.
Yeah.
Fool me the second time, shame on me. After you make a pact or a covenant with somebody and you break that, you show them what you're about. So like the brothers are saying, these people that once had a pact or some kind of alliance with America, they're not falling for it.
Yeah.
And now they have the weapons to back up how they feel.
Ecclesiastes 3:1 in the NLT. It says, "For everything there is a season, a time for every activity under heaven." Verse 8, "A time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace."
Right. We're not in the time of peace right now. Peace will come when the Prince of Peace cracks those clouds and restores righteous rulership on the earth. But until then, it's going to be war. It's going to be spiritual war. It's going to be physical war. Nations rising up against each other. You know, hey, we didn't get peace we didn't have peace for those 40 years
under David,
under Solomon, because only reason we had peace was because of David went to war and put all these nations in subjection. You know,
it was 40 years of war,
yeah,
followed by 40 years of peace.
right, yep.
Done. So as long as this man is in rulership and in power, there ain't gonna be no peace. He's the hammer of the earth. He was set up to go around the world and cause mayhem.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And he's not doing it of himself. The Heavenly Father,
Exactly.
his son Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, is commanding him to do what he does.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what our people need to understand.
Yep. And unfortunately, most of our people don't understand that. They don't really understand that these kings, these rulers, they're under the Heavenly Father's control. Okay, he's the one that he moves the chess pieces how he wants to, man.
Yep. According to his will.
Okay, they don't have free will. So even though Trump might say, "Oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that," the Lord's got other plans for this place, okay, and for the world. So there, as long as, like we're saying right now, as long as the Lord is still ain't came back, there's not gonna be no such thing as peace. Okay, because this is a time of war. War is coming to the world on a global scale. And it's coming to the doorsteps of America, man. Okay? And war is coming to the tribes. First and foremost, right? Jacob's trouble. It was designed to be that final judgment to the people that the Lord chose for himself. And that's the 12 tribes of Israel, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right? And then you still have other Israelites scattered amongst the other nations. But here in America, that's it. That's where we're concentrated in. Okay? So that trouble is coming here. So that we're out here to warn you.
Matter of fact, speaking of, I think that Aliens Act,
Right.
18 was it 97 or 98 or something to that effect. Allegedly, it's supposed to go into effect in a number of days.
And I think was it April or is it this month?
I think it was this month.
This month, okay. It was something else that's supposed to go into effect in, I believe, April 19th or something like that.
Yeah.
Somewhere in April, they're, you know, enacting these old acts that they, you know, signed long ago.
Right. And that's to crack further down on you tribes. You know, they're gonna start interning a lot of you that they catch, and a lot of them they're gonna be trying to deport. You know, so that's more trouble coming your way.
Yep.
You know,
And that's
the last time you saw something of this magnitude was during what happened with Japan, and there was putting those Japanese in internment camps. Italians, you know.
Also during the Great Depression, they were rounding up Jake, you know, blaming Jake. It's just always, every time this man, he plans on collapsing the economy or planning something devious. Who does he point the finger at? Us.
Yeah, Nero did it.
You know, always pointing the finger at us. We're the blame. Because of us, this country's collapsing. You know, and he has the media, he has the news, you know, on his side. So he's able to program people and divide people, and pretty much demonize a certain group of people. You know, it's nothing new. These are war tactics. Okay, So we're telling you, we're warning our people that this devil, he's planning to come down, like it says in Revelations 12:12, right? With great wrath, man, because he knows that he have a short time. Okay, he's not gonna play fair. It's not gonna be a fair fight.
They said he shall be like a madman, sparing none.
Sparing none, bro. And we see how he acts towards the people over there, those so-called Muslims and
Arab nations.
the Palestinians and those people. How he treats them, he has no mercy on them. Now imagine us when he finally lets off on us, on our people.
I gotta breathe.
Yeah, he's gonna show no mercy.
He's gonna be having robots, man.
Yeah.
You know, robots, like killer robots. I don't know what they're using over there. I know they're using bombs and shit, but I don't know if they're using killer robots out on the streets and shit. But over here in America, they're gonna let loose, them robots. You know.
Yeah. They got all these weapons that they're itching, just to try them on us. You know, we're the main target. Okay, and 2/3 of our people, oh man, they really gonna feel the wrath. You know, because this is the wrath of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. This is the anger of the Lord. Okay.
I got something. I got two, but I'll read this one first. 1 Peter 4:17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it begin at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
Right, so it's going to start with those that know they're Israelites, with those that are in a high position, right? Supposedly they exalt themselves, but behind the closed doors, we know it's been coming out. The Lord is exposing certain dudes, right? And who knows? Hey, what their end is not gonna be pretty. That's for sure. Okay, lest they repent, right? But we know that their end is gonna be shameful, a shameful demise. Okay, their name, their reputation is gonna be tarnished.
Yeah, and the use of cremation, that's a dishonorable death to burn the body.
Yeah,
Facts.
that's definitely that's not one of our customs.
Yeah, our custom is to bury in the grave sepulcher, not burn the body.
And you think about it, that's kind of like, I thought about like when Yahushua really told those wicked scribes and Pharisees that was about to condemn that woman in the act of adultery, and he turned, and when he told them, he that is without sin cast the first stone, but he was actually on the ground writing.
Yeah.
There's no telling if he was writing down the sins that they were actually guilty of. Like they didn't know that Yahushua already knew what their sins were. So a lot of these wicked dudes that's perpetrating, the Lord knows all their sins.
Facts.
And their legacy is going to be written in the dirt. It's not going to be written in heaven. The elect's names are going to be written in heaven.
Yeah, because your reputation, your name, that follows you. It's gonna follow us to the next rulership. To the kingdom. If you died a shameful death here, hey, you're gonna be walking around with your head down for a little minute, man.
Quick brief for you. Revelation 14:13. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them.
God, see, that's pretty plain. The works follow you, man. And if you die for the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai in this place, that's an honorable death. Okay, hey, you're gonna be risen up first. Okay, you're gonna be risen up first, and you're gonna receive that crown. Okay, you're gonna be able to sit with the Lord. That's what we want. All right, that's what we're looking for. We're not just like, oh well, I'm an Israelite. Fuck it, I'm still gonna come back. I'll be good. No, that's not the mentality, man.
Yeah, there's guys who said that.
Yeah.
I can, you
No, what you got?
real quick. Jeremiah 17:13. It says, "O Lord, the hope of Israel, all that forsake thee shall be ashamed,
Yep.
and they that depart from me shall be written in the earth, because they have forsaken the Lord, the fountain of living waters."
Right, when the plagues really start taking effect, right? Plague after plague after plague, until the missiles, until the Lord returns. Because you know the Lord's still going to be putting in work. The angels are going to be putting in work. That when these things are happening, everybody who came across, everybody's going to hear this word. They're not going to have no excuse, right? There's no, oh, well, I didn't hear, I didn't know. Bullshit. You knew, you heard, you came across the prophets, but you chose to ignore the Lord. You chose to ignore his warning and his message. Okay, so when these things start coming to the earth, plagues, all right, the sword, famine, okay, war, pestilence, that's when you gonna be ashamed. Okay, that's when you gonna know, like, damn, you're not gonna have any confidence whatsoever.
Not gonna have a covering.
No covering. Okay, who are you gonna call on? Well, the scripture says, go call on the other gods that you worship. Okay, go to seek the gods that you believed in. Go to Esau. He's hey, a lot of our people worship this man. His science, okay, and that's going to be a shame unto you. Shameful.
And when the scriptures say that your sins shall be your accusers in that day, that's even before, you know, you're gonna feel that shame and contempt in the kingdom. But even before that, when you're going through that hell, and you, like you said, you're gonna try to call on the name of the Lord, and nothing's gonna be happening. You're not gonna be getting delivered from those tribulations, from those calamities. You're gonna be getting overtaken. You're gonna feel that the Lord is separate from you, and you're gonna begin to feel that shame right then and there.
Yeah, when that reality sets in, that's when they're gonna really do a thorough self-examination, even though it's too late. You're gonna think far back to all the things that you know you've done,
Lord gonna put that shit
that you didn't think that the Lord was gonna remember.
Right.
You know.
And I always imagine, you know, the Lord just might put like vivid images of, you know, things that's happened, things that's been said in their minds at that moment.
The Lord ain't gonna do that. You know, like how they say, when your life flashes before your eyes, that type of deal.
Right.
The Lord gonna put all that shit that, you know, you're scoffing, you're denying the truth, you know, your lazy mindedness,
Inward thoughts.
your inward thoughts. The Lord gonna put it all.
Well, I just gonna know to be ashamed. So you know they're gonna be ashamed in the kingdom. So they're gonna know. They're gonna know what their past sins were.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah, brother.
You got one too?
This is Daniel.
Go ahead, bro.
Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up.
Start the top up, Kasha. This
That is the top.
that's the top. All right, come on,
Daniel
select.
Daniel 12:1.
Daniel
Yeah.
12:1.
Yeah.
And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince that standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
The elect, say, read that part
Oh, you
again.
got it. Yep.
No, that last verse. Like,
That's part, okay.
At that time.
And at that time, people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
that's talking about how the scriptures say you have Israel, and then you have the Israel of the Most High. That's thy people that it's talking about. All Israelites is not going to be saved in this time, and because not all Israelites is living the same way. You have those who are acknowledging the Lord and considering His ways, and you got those who are doing their own thing.
God, and it's gonna get so bad that the angels are gonna have to intervene, man. There's gonna have to be divine interventions. Okay, miracles are gonna have to be performed for the elect's sake to rescue them out of the situation.
Yeah, Archangel Michael, he's right under Yahweh Shah, so he's like a general, you know. That you got today, Esau's army, you got generals, but when it's a time of war, you got war generals, you know, that goes out into battle, you know. So all them archangels, you know, and Michael, man, it's gonna be a terrible day.
Yep.
Esau.
And it's going to be a terrible day for those of our people
Yeah.
who are preserved until the end, just to, hey, just for the angels to go in, put in that work on them, man. And then those individuals are more than likely the ones who claim to be Israelites, who knew, who were out here supposedly prophesying, doing the word, but like we said, inwardly, you know, they're wicked as hell.
Right. And those whose names is not written in the book of life, all the angels know who's of the Lord's and who isn't. All right, like for example, going back to ancient Egypt, and you know, we in the Passover, the angels knew what households to pass over because the blood lamb was on the post, the doorpost. Right? The blood of the lamb was on the doorpost, so they knew to avoid that house. The elect right now have the blood on their doorposts. Their names are written in heaven. So when Jacob's trouble happens, the angels are going to know who to keep protected and who not to keep protected. The elect, so that's how you're going to know who is who. Then shall it be known whom are my chosen. Because they're going to be tried, but the Lord's going to make sure he preserved them. He's going to preserve them through it. The elect are going to be getting that divine protection treatment, like basically divine secret service.
Yeah.
All right, while the rest of the nation is going to be getting jacked up, slaughtered,
Yeah, angel.
dying of famine,
God.
getting chopped down by Esau military, the super soldiers, the robots, wild beasts.
God.
Pestilence.
Yeah, that's why I said in Isaiah that basically a man shall be as a covert from the tempest, as a hiding place from the wind.
Yeah, because go ahead. No, you go.
I was just gonna add to your brother's point, you know, because he was speaking about that Passover during the time of Egypt. That act of putting that blood on the doorpost represents obedience. And the Most High, he sees who's actually trying, who's putting in that effort in a time of you know, chaos, in a time of you know, all this temptation, and we can easily be doing anything by us observing the high holy days, you know, rehearsing the righteous acts, you know, keeping the Sabbath, all of that. We doing our best in this corruptible flesh, and the Lord sees that. None of our works is gonna go in vain.
And by that time, of course, the MOTV is already going to be implemented. So that's a clear it's a clear
Line of separation.
man, between those, you know, whom the Lord is kept for himself, and those who swore allegiance to the beast.
God.
Okay.
I was gonna mention too, Goshen, right? Darkness was all around, but a light remained within Goshen, man.
Yeah.
You know,
because that's where Israel dwelt at.
exactly.
When we was in Egypt.
Yeah, people are gonna see the difference between, okay, it's really gonna be known who, like the brother said, who are the Lord's chosen, right? Because there's gonna be something that distinguishes them from the rest, okay? Which is protection, okay? Also, the fact that there's gonna be a famine, okay? The men of the Lord are gonna be fed. Okay, they're gonna have to drink. Okay, they're not gonna go with needy like the rest of the people. So that there's gonna be various signs that let people know. Okay, these there's something going on here. Okay, these men, and everybody's gonna know, like, oh, these had to be those men that were out there, right?
Clear difference, right?
These were them that were out there.
Especially the women.
Yep. They're gonna see it.
That's how a lot of the women are going to notice, because they're going to be in danger, right? They're going to take notice to how you're in your sanity. You're like one of the only ones that have stability, where everybody else is just losing their mind. Because even when it talks about Jacob's trouble, it says, go to now and see if you see a man travailing like a woman in travail,
The 6th verse. Yeah.
like a woman travailing like a woman with child. Everybody have their hands upon their loins.
Yeah.
So even the men are the most mighty men are going to be terrified, but the elect, there's going to be some kind of calmness and peace about them.
And women can sniff out stability and safety and security.
That's
They
it,
can
yeah.
sniff that out.
And
They can
It's gonna
tell.
be it's gonna be a difference, like the brother's saying. The Lord's gonna draw a line of separation.
Those are all forms of power. They sniff out power like gold, like they sniff out weed in the air, bro. Like it's clear to them.
they're going to know that a man of the Lord has a plan. We don't know what that plan is going to. We don't, but he has some insight on what to do in this situation and that situation. When everyone else is going to be looking for answers. Everyone else is going to be looking for a plan. Like, oh damn, he knows to.
Where he going?
Yeah, where's he going? How's
look
how's he
calm?
able to have water, and why is he so calm? And the man of the Lord in that
How
day
he
is
moving
going to
so
have
fast?
some type of plan according to the spirit of Yahweh Shah.
And you ain't gonna be able to when those men are being protected, you're not gonna be able to do nothing evil against them. You ain't gonna try, because like they showed you in what's that the book of Eli.
Yeah, yep.
Women were even being used to set traps. That's not gonna work on the true men of the Lord. Because their discernment levels is gonna be damn near angelic.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to fool us.
Spirit gonna turn
The
up.
spirit's gonna be turned up on all the elect in that day.
God, you can't even fool us now. How much more in those times? Because we're gonna be knowing who's sincere and who's not.
If I could get this quick scripture though, so we talking about this line of separation, right? In that day, going back to ancient Egypt, Exodus 9:4. This is in the NLT. It says, I'll start at 2. It says, if you continue to hold them and refuse to let them go, the hand of the Lord will strike all your livestock, your horses, donkeys, camels, cattle, sheep, and goats with a deadly plague. But the Lord will again make a distinction between the livestock of the Israelites and that of the Egyptians. Not a single one of Israel's animals will die.
Hey,
Right.
that's a miracle. That is whatever caused that hazard. But he's not a racist though. He hit a particular race. Most High hit a certain race and didn't touch his favorite race.
Yeah.
That's racism.
It's favoritism.
Yep.
He has a favorite people, man. Why is that so hard to understand? We have favorite things, favorite this, favorite that, but the Most High can't have a favorite.
Yeah, racism is the way they exaggerate the connotation behind racism and make it seem as if it's entirely evil.
Yep.
They set the precedent for it.
Right. See, there's nothing wrong with me being preferential when it comes to my people, my nation. Right?
Okay.
We can coexist and hey, you got access to water, I got access to water. You got resources, I got resources. But I'm doing it amongst my own.
Yeah.
You got it where you at with your people. There's nothing wrong with that. Esau made it into what we talk about today.
Because we won't share with him.
Right.
It was cool when he wasn't sharing with us. But now that we got something we won't share with him, now he get upset about it. That's why this thing is so pure still, well, amongst the great millstone. Once you start venturing out to Israel, you can tell the people been compromised by the spirit of the devil, man. Just like the Edomites are.
And they
You
don't.
still got more?
Yeah. This is Exodus 8:22. It says, but this time I will spare the region of Goshen, where my people live. No flies will be found there. Then you will know that I am the Lord and that I am present even in the heart of your land.
You gonna jump to 11 and 7?
Yeah, I'm gonna get that after this next verse.
Yep.
Exodus 10:23.
Yep.
It says, during all that time, the people could not see each other because of the darkness, and no one moved, but there was light as usual where the people of Israel lived.
And it's beautiful because, hey, when you're the favorite and you get favoritism, it feels great, especially when you deserve it.
Yeah.
So
But that,
it sucks for everybody else.
But having that favoritism, it makes you want to do good. Makes you want to continue to do what you've been doing to get that favor, that preferential treatment.
You don't remember when your teacher be like, whoever finished their homework and get an A+ on their test can have a pizza party or ice cream, and there was only like 3-4 people out the class that can do it, and you happen to be one of them. That felt good.
Yeah.
You know, versus everybody else, man, you don't get to do that, all mad and you don't get there. Well, it's important that this is that same type of situation. It's not far off from that. But the standard is way higher. It's okay to go. You're fine. You had another one.
Yeah. Exodus 11:7 in the NLT.
Yep.
And it says, but among the Israelites, it will be so peaceful that not even a dog will bark. Then you will know that the Lord makes a distinction between the Egyptians and the Israelites.
Right.
So that's what it means by he has set a difference between an Egyptian and Israel.
Yeah.
I know years ago,
Yeah.
brothers used to break it down to mean, well, yeah, Hamite and an Israelite, we look similar, but the Lord made a difference. So that's how you know that we're separate, we're different from the Hamites.
But that's
And it's understandable
Right.
why you would apply it that way, but this is the true context of what
exactly.
it means.
Yeah.
All right?
It can be applied because we would use it, you know, remembering how we used to use it. We would use it in the understanding. Just, it was like a quick
Because we
cut.
was able to blend in with the Egyptians.
Right. And we countless of times that,
Yeah.
that our people would go down into Egypt and just blend and be dark skinned amongst everybody else. But this shows you that there's a clear racial, and I'm using that, but a clear distinction between the two.
And it was racial.
It was racial.
Mesmerite,
It is racial.
this was an act of violence
How these black people
against
want to get in touch with
this
these black people? Get in touch
this black race
with.
over this black race.
Yeah.
You know, that he happened to choose as his people.
Con, and there's when there's a certain race ruling over another race of people, and why the class, the race that's ruling over the other people, what do they got to be safe from?
Right.
They're the ones doing the oppression, the oppressing. They're the ones that are in the power seat.
But brother, there was a mixed multitude. They came through. They received the salvation. Yeah, none of them made it out of the wilderness.
Kind,
None of them walked into the Holy
Yeah,
Land.
they died.
They died off.
Yeah.
You know, and this time ain't not one heathen coming. Not one. Only the elect are going to make this time, because not even all of Israel
Right.
is coming this time.
How much more? How much less did I say?
Yeah, they like
And that's going to be the difference.
Yeah.
Back then, it was the Lord put the difference between the Egyptian and Israel. Well, in this case, the Lord's going to put a difference between Israel and the elect Israel, the Israel of the Most High.
We ain't gonna have to worry about murmuring, our own people murmuring and all this other
That's
stuff.
why the Lord had to sift Jake
I got
in the
precept.
damn wilderness.
Yeah, also, they like to use Balaam, right? Balaam, he was a prophet, right?
Come.
Ezekiel
But
9.
the Lord made, at the end of the story, the Lord made Moses kill Balaam. You know, so you got to read the whole story, man. You know?
That's it.
These brothers all got precept.
I got a
It's old,
Everybody got one.
The first, Ezra, just to show that, you know, Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua has his favorite and everything, you know. It was first Ezra 5:22. And my soul recovered the spirit and understanding. I began to talk with the Most High Yahweh again and said, O Yahweh, that bears rule of every wood of the earth and of all the trees thereof, thou hast chosen thee one only vine. And of all the land of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit. And of all the flowers thereof, one lily. And of all the depths of the sea, thou hast filled there one river. And of all the hidden cities, has hollowed Zion unto thyself. which is Israel.
Yep.
You know, we are his chosen people.
Right. That was never taught. That was never taught until the Israelites came in the picture, man.
Right.
Until the Israelites came back into remembrance. Okay, It was always taught that God loves everybody. All nations can make it, right? All nations are going to be in the kingdom, and we're all going to sing Kumbaya and hold hands.
Bro, and that right there, it's actually sweet knowing that that the Lord is only dealing with Israel.
Mm-hmm.
But to the world, that's a savor unto death. It's a savor to us. It's a savor unto life. To them, it's a savor unto death. Yeah. And after this devil enslaved, conquered, colonized, destroyed, pillaged, he done did everything in the name of Christianity, and you hold him to the highest form of religion and reverence.
They ready to forgive Esau right away.
Yeah.
He ain't changed.
No.
Jake willing to cast off their own salvation just to give him a seat.
I don't want to get on the chariot if Esau ain't on it.
Yeah.
That's the type of spirit I'm going to have.
And we're telling you the man who did all this is getting ready to get judged and brought down and retributed, and you come against the truth.
Right.
That's a sickness, man.
Yep.
Like that dude Ringo, that's one of the reasons why he got offended.
Yep.
He still had a soft spot in his heart for Esau and the nations. That's why he don't want to be an Israelite no more, because the rest of the nations can't be a part of it.
Because
You
it's
fucking
like,
clown, man.
it's like he was searching through all the Israelites looking for the one that had the doctrine that can make sense on that breakdown without any refuting, and it's not there.
Man.
So now he just gonna give up the whole idea. Think about that. And like that analogy you just made about giving your seat up, you gotta imagine, say you're on the subway or the train or whatever, and you see an old lady, you get up, oh, you go ahead and sit down. Well, that's how you act with Eve.
Yep.
You really willing to give up the seat like he a worthless old lady. This dude, as soon as you stand up, he gonna stick you in your fifth rib and push you off the train.
Yeah.
That's the mentality he's in.
Right. They're in our people are in an abusive relationship, man. They don't know how to escape it.
Yeah.
They don't know how, they're
Can't
just
just leave.
just so used to it.
Yeah.
They don't know any better. Okay, this man whoops on them. He pimps them out.
Yeah.
He poisons them.
Man.
All kinds of shit. He
He's lied.
rapes them.
He's lied to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the brother was saying, man, Jake, they got a fucking, like it's a mental disease. It's like a woman,
Stop
like
him.
she getting beat, but she think that by her getting beat, that's him showing that he love her.
Mhm.
No.
It's a psychological operation, man, that's been carried out against our people.
Yeah.
And it worked on most of us for the longest time. If it wasn't for the Lord, hey, when man rose up against us, man, when the floods, so I believe it's in Psalms, if it wasn't of the Lord, man, we would have been overcame by this flood. Because this devil unleashed a flood of wickedness on us, man. From all angles. Fucking attacks from everywhere. You know? Not only physical, but mental.
Spiritually.
And it's gonna be beautiful in Jacob's trouble that tension already exists between Jacob and Esau and these other nations. It's gonna be amplified.
Yeah.
It's gonna intensify even more during Jacob's trouble. Yeah, you already got in Ohio. Hey, this shit is hot up there. Them neo-Nazis and them Jakes formalizing these groups, revolutionary groups, to stand against those neo-Nazis up there. Come on, man. This is only the beginning of what was getting ready to happen, man. So all that, we gotta save Esau, we gotta save the other nations. They can make it. You gonna see firsthand. You niggas gonna get to see it firsthand, man. And this devil, he could be the biggest Christian ever.
Right.
He could tote the Bible in your face. He can do all that. But when that day comes, he gonna be looking to put a bullet between your eyes, man.
Right.
Especially when it comes down to the last piece of bread. It's gonna be him and his before you. These niggas can't get it through their heads, man.
Good neighbor, you go shooting with your neighbor, y'all go hunting together, y'all go to the park and grill food together. Like you said, he gonna put a bullet in your head when that day comes, man. Do y'all not remember back in the the civil rights area, and even beyond, they used to go to church and then get out of church and go put them KKK masks on.
Right, all the Edomites that are y'all are inviting to the barbecue, man. All right, when the shit goes down, when the shit hits the fan, hey, what's this? Ain't no love out here.
Yeah, the Mormons.
Right.
Mormons, they got the tie on with the white shirt with the name tag, elder.
Yeah,
blah,
kinda.
blah, blah, elder Nehemiah or some shit. Yeah, Joseph Smith. He gonna be riding a bike, dumping at you. Man. Justin Cole riding a horse. Mormons, they a fucking gang. Man.
Yeah.
Right.
I got a quick one real quick. It's Jeremiah 4:30. It's in the NLT. It says, "What are you doing? You who have been plundered. Why do you dress up in beautiful clothing and put on gold jewelry?" Comparing Israel to a woman. "Why do you brighten your eyes with mascara? Your primping will do you no good. The allies who were your lovers despise you and seek to kill you."
Con.
That's these other nations, man.
Right, these people that you think love you, nah. When this thing collapses, the true colors is gonna show. They're gonna try to eat you,
Yeah.
put you on the grill.
The Lord's just basically gonna take off the docile spirit of Esau. The docile spirit ain't on the top of this.
Yeah.
But you regular working class Edomites, that docile spirit gonna be taken off you, and you're gonna basically be subjected to know that you hate us.
Con, and it's really starting to show now, with their king,
Yep.
DJ.
Yep. Nero.
And so they're really starting to come out now out the closet. That spirit is once again, it's been awakened in them. Hey, you know what? Yeah, F these people. They're really showing it. They're very proud right now. Okay, and it's starting with the northern kingdom, and little by little, it's gonna move to the southern kingdom. All right. Nobody gonna be safe out here from this devil.
Right, everybody is an op
Yeah.
to Israel.
Pretty much.
We really don't have any allies, man.
Nope.
Jake, they just still don't understand that because they're still mentally in captivity.
Con.
They think as long as they can just coexist in the world, be able to have a bite to eat, get day to day, there's nothing to it.
Entertainment.
They get entertained.
Con.
This devil might give them a little opportunity,
And it's not us just fear mongering, man. This is all backed up by the scriptures. This is all Bible prophecy. Okay, you're not gonna hear this in the church. You gotta come out here and face reality, face the truth. The Lord is speaking right now, all right? Through His man. Okay, you gotta come out here and stand before the prophets to hear the real true message of the scriptures.
Yep.
That according to Bible prophecy, man, it's gonna get very ugly out here very soon. Okay, just the fact one of the reasons is that we're out here. Okay, the Lord, before He judges, He sends out His men to warn. Okay, and it's been years. It's been years. The apostles, their elders. Okay, the warning. Hey, the warning's been out. It's on the internet. We got the internet. Okay, so without even trying, you just might run into a GMS video.
Yeah.
The truth is flooding the earth right now.
Yeah. The Lord opened up the water ways in places where it was dry once upon a time. Because He's seen that his men were thirsty. We should be thirsting after this. Because this is the waters, man, that gonna give you eternal life. Okay.
You go ahead.
I got Sirach 12, and 10. It's in the GNT. It says, never trust an enemy. His wickedness is as destructive as rust. And, you know, you got to know who your enemy is. And, you know, we talking about Esau, but also these other nations too. Like the brother said, man, you everybody your eye. These other nations too, you know, Aki at the corner store, just because you make your gyro real fire, don't mean that's your friend, man.
Brother.
Yeah, the Chinese dude, they put extra rice in your shit, extra meat. That's not your friend, because when it come down to it, they gonna stand for their own.
Fucking Habibi.
Yeah.
You know?
He'll put some camel in your shit. And Moab, he'll put some he'll put some raccoon or some shit in your box.
That's why they
put dog and cat.
You think you eating fucking orange chicken?
Yeah.
No, man.
They'll piss in your.
Bro, you seen that?
Yeah, you saw that restaurant,
Bro,
right?
they pissed in the hot pot soup, bro.
Yeah, that's the nigga Chinese restaurants.
Yeah, they'll piss in your shit and serve it to you.
You wonder why you don't never see no shipment coming in at the Chinese store. There was one video, they opened the somebody caught them on video, they opened the truck, you seen a bunch of skinned cats. They was taking them in.
Yep.
There was another one, they had the water source from the toilet.
Yeah.
There was a line going from the toilet all the way to where they give you water.
Yeah, Apostle Tahar said, I ain't eating no Chinese food from the kingdom.
How you Chinese food like Benny Hanna's or some shit?
Yeah.
You gotta be, I know nigga Chinese food.
Yeah, real shit. Were they making it in front of you?
Yeah.
Where are you? I went to a Chinese food place this week and they had the clear glass where you can see them cooking this shit. Even though you don't know, at the same time you don't know what the hell they cooking because they throw all kind of seasoning on that shit.
I stay away from any meat out of these spots.
Yeah.
Real. It's the safest thing, and it ain't safe, but the safest is rice and vegetables. You should know what those are like.
Steamed vegetables, rice.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Stir fry type.
The point is, don't trust these other nations, man. Don't trust these people that they're not your people. We're not the same. Verse 11. Watch out and be on guard against them, even if he acts ever so humble. He is like a metal mirror, that rusts. Excuse me. He is like a metal mirror that rusts away if you don't keep it polished. Seek an enemy at your right hand, and the next thing you know, he'll be trying to get your own place of honor. Put him next to you, and he will overthrow you. Then you will realize the truth of my words and be stung with regret when you remember them.
Right, that's this, like we're saying, it's talking about all the nations, but in particular, man, there's just one nation that really got it in for us. All right, and he's coming up with a plan. It's already in the works. It's already set up to snare us, to trap us, make us, have us on our knees, begging.
Hey, you know what? That same wicked ass spirit can be in our people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we know historically, and even now today, we see that sometimes, most of the time, you gotta be looking out for your people, man. They're the ones robbing each other. They're the ones shooting each other over the dumbest shit, scheming, plotting.
I got two selections. I got 2 points. One of them is with our own. It's really the elect versus everybody else. Yep. And everybody else is an enemy. So figuring out who the elect are, who has that type of contrite spirit about them, humble spirit about them, is who you're really looking for, the meek, right? Because meekness isn't something that's just beheld in the earth today. Everybody wants to exalt themselves. The other point was, I've seen 2 situations, and this is where Jake get confused, but we got to be sharper.
right.
I remember being at a barbecue, and there was a Muslim there, and he told everybody, I don't eat pork and all that. They said, no, I got yours on this side of the grill. And then I got, then everybody else on this side. Like, all right, as soon as he walked off, he took what he was putting sauce on there, and let me get you another thing to my little mop, to put the mop on my side. I go, oh, I got you. And cleaned him up one, brought it over there, stuck it right on the pork, put it on here, looked right at it, as soon as he turned his back. That was family, by the way. The other thing was, I know Edomite guy that was like, hey man, come get some barbecue, man. We got steaks and all of that. Go over there, guess what else is on the grill? Lobster and all kind of shit. No, man. Here, have a good, enjoy yourself. You know, because they don't give a fuck. Even when they're good, they still evil to you. It seems like they're giving you something, but they're still being evil to you. So you got to have the presence of mind to know how to see and navigate that stuff. I don't even eat no family food like that no more. Last month I went to a family gathering. I went to help them set up the thing at my father's house. Went to camp, came back. They barbecued a bunch of food. There was steaks and chicken and some pork. I come back, why only pork was left? At my own daddy's house. And I was like, nobody saved me nothing? I gotta run through a damn drive-through or something to get something to eat? That was the last time I ever went. So you're gonna start realizing even your family's not gonna be down with you.
Yeah,
You're gonna start separating yourself because they don't keep the same customs. They don't care like that.
And they're gonna look at you a certain way because you do.
Yep.
And they're gonna,
I mean, just see.
yeah, they're gonna, in their mind, they're gonna seem like, oh, he's better than us. But this, you can't. You've been eating pork this long. Your mama was raised on this. You know, we were always raised on eating this or eating a, what's that shit called? A boil. Crawfood boil.
Yep.
Like, nah, I don't eat that shit. Why? Because it says in the Bible, and that's what, you know, then you don't want to even get to that point where you got to cut your family out. Because we beyond that, because these niggas ain't going to get it. Your family too.
That night. It
You
was
know?
like 12 at night. I packed my kids up and bounced. Because you got to think about it. Y'all brought all this pork to this. I didn't bring no pork. Y'all brought all this pork to here, but then y'all ate up all the kosher shit. Not shit, you know, think about that, bro.
Yeah.
You brought all of this, but you didn't even eat your own shit.
Look, right
Why
now,
don't you just bring some more chicken and beef?
Right.
right now, most of our families should know about us. Hey, he don't eat that. He don't eat this. You know, they should know.
They should know that they shouldn't
You
be
know?
eating it by now.
So if
They're just rebellious.
you're invited to a function, show up, and they knowingly offer it to you, hey, that's a form of disrespect. Okay, that's they unknowingly are being a fucking devil. Okay, and we should be at a level right now where we can easily get around that. Like, hey, no, I don't touch that shit,
Yeah,
man.
I'm like, pork.
You're actually, you know, it's very disrespectful. So, you know, get it out of my face. Who cares? Hey, you gotta talk to people like that sometimes
I want the brother.
when they know.
Yeah.
You know. And so, how much more when the time of trouble really comes?
Yep.
Okay. We gotta understand. We gotta be prepared to know that certain family members that we grew up with, that we have some type of connection with,
Yep.
we gotta know that the chances are that they're gonna turn their wickedness is gonna turn up on them, man. Okay, and they're not gonna be your friends. Okay, they're gonna see you as an enemy.
Yep, 'cause they show, you know, they show their true colors right now, and there's no pressure, there's no type of, you know, it's easy right now, man.
Yep.
And they show you who they are. How much more when they worried about what they gotta eat, or they worried about their safety. I got Matthew 12, starting at 47. Then one said unto him, talking about Yahushua, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother and who are my brethren? And he stretched forth his hand towards his disciples and said, behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother. And
Go ahead.
yeah, man, and we supposed to be in that same spirit as Yahushua, man. Hey, ain't nobody your kin, man. If they not living how we living, they don't believe what we believe in, fuck them, man. Straight up. And I got a testimony too, you know, just because I was speaking on it. It must be the spirit. But the other day, you know, it was my mother's birthday or whatever. So, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stop over there, you know, just to say what's up or whatever. My son was over there, you know, visiting. So I get over there and she had grilled or whatever. You know, and I didn't see it at first, but I looked, my son was eating, and he eating a fucking rib. And I'm like, is you feeding him a rib? And she like, you know, I didn't really think about it. But the thing is, I've had this conversation with my mother multiple times. She know what I do. She know I go, you know, I teach the word. She know what I do. And I've asked her multiple times, do not feed him pork. She know what's up. So she made a conscious decision to feed my son, you know, abomination. You know, so, needless to say, I took him and we left, and he won't be going over it no more. But it's just that, the point that brother's just making, man. These people, they know what we do, man. They, even if it's your family, man. If they not believing in what you believe in, that's not your real family, man.
The New Testament is predicated on that. Maybe I got the wrong word. It's set up that way because when you start reading into it, you start realizing it's not about all Israel like it was in the Old Testament.
Yeah.
It's about the believers out of Israel in the New Testament. That's the context the New Testament is written in.
And you want your family to get it. You want them to see as you see, but that's not reality. Like you get like brothers in the truth that's, like a few brothers in LA that's one's a cousin, and that's another cousin. That's beautiful, but that's not gonna happen. That's the likelihood of that happening to you brothers here or any of us. This brother had his cousin, but the likelihood of that happening, or this brother and his father, that's not. It's rare.
That's an exception to the rule.
It's exception, yeah.
It's a rare.
It's a rare exception.
Absolutely.
The Lord said He was going to choose one of a family, two of a city, bring them to Zion. Yep. If I could grab this one, Jeremiah 9:4 in the Amplified Bible. It says, "Let everyone beware of his neighbor, and do not trust any brother, for every brother is a supplanter, like Jacob, a deceiver ready to grab his brother's heel. And every neighbor goes around as a slanderer. Everyone deceives and mocks his neighbor, and does not speak the truth. And they have taught their tongues to speak lies. They exalt themselves with sin and cruelty. Your dwelling is in the midst of deceit." Basically, nobody's real with each other. Which, according to the law, you're supposed to love your neighbor as yourself. But Jake, they don't see themselves in each other. So they'll treat you any kind of way. They'll get over on you. They'll defraud you. They'll lie about you. You know what I mean? Like the brothers mentioning examples of, if I love you, and I know that you carry yourself a certain way and you have certain principles and certain things you go by, I'm gonna respect that.
Right.
But if you just, I don't really care about that. Here's some pork, here's some swine, to make you. It's like I don't smoke. You're supposed to be family, and I give you the reasons why I don't smoke. But then you come every time you come around me, you smoking it, and now I got to deal with your secondhand smoke. And then you don't care if my children are around, so they getting secondhand smoke.
Oh yeah, I forgot, man. My bad.
Yeah.
I forgot. Oh man, I forgot. Man, nigga, I ain't smoked in 20 years, bro. Cut that shit out.
And that's just a testament to the deterioration of our people. The scriptures say that our people have become as a degenerate plant of a strange vine. So they don't know what it means to have integrity, to be morally pure. They don't understand that concept because they didn't intermingle with the devil and learn his ways. You know.
I have so much like I don't usually.
I think that I'll finish this last verse. It says, "Your dwelling is in the midst of deceit, oppression upon oppression, and deceit upon deceit. Through deceit they refuse to know and understand me, says the Lord." That was it.
Yeah, I had Micah 7 and verse 6. "For the son dishonoreth the father, and the father riseth up against her mother, the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and man's enemies are the men of his own house."
It's a free-for-all, man. Okay? It's a free-for-all in Jake's homes. And the Jake house has been destroyed for decades now. Okay? The family has been broken apart. There is nothing holding the Jake family together. Okay?
Love holds it together, even in the time of war.
Yep. And so that sentiment is only increasing right now. We know the devil's putting the squeeze. Okay, he's squeezing homes even tighter right now. Okay, you got divorce rates. Okay, they're out the roof, man. The divorce rate. Okay, the amount of crime, domestic violence. That's way up. That's not going down.
You said divorce rate, right?
Divorce
Yeah,
rates
yeah.
and domestic violence. Okay, crimes of passion, adultery,
There's a lot of murder suicides.
a lot of that.
A lot of
Bro.
Pandemic really got it in their minds to have that energy.
Yeah. You got parents offing off their children, and then children offing off their parents. Okay? It's a dog eat dog world out here, man. Because of the like the brother said, the man who's ruling over us, that's how he gets down. So our people gravitated towards that.
Yeah, he been operating off of hateful energy, hell, since since his inception. But primarily when that birthright was supplanted from him.
Yep.
He's been operating off of hatred, a high level hatred since.
Yep.
Everything he does is based off of hatred. Even when he tries to mask it off as if it's something, loving. He doesn't know how to
He can't just
he can't camouflage it. It's just gonna show.
His brother read it, right? His rust had not been altogether wiped away. That's his hatred that's on him.
Yeah.
His true spirit. That's what his slappy, bro. That's what his spirit is truly dialed in with. Hatred. That's why when he got the sword, he was like, ooh, perfect.
What this is Ezekiel 35, he had a perpetual hatred. And that word perpetual means an undying, everlasting hatred. You know that this devil has for you Israelites. Hell, he even hates his own self. You know?
I got a quick one. This is Proverbs 12 and 26. It says, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the ways of the wicked seduceth them. Yeah, and that's the problem. The brother brought up. Our people it's just as bad as Esau, if not worse now.
Seduced.
Yeah, fully seduced by that dog eat dog mentality, that hatred for one another.
Right.
And we know the curses is there too, but we're talking even in families. It's bad.
He used witchcraft.
Yep.
You know, enchanted our people, man. Our people are under a spell. Okay, because he used Hollywood.
Yeah.
He used education. He used music. What else? He used the food, education. You know, he put. You can't even put a number on the money that this devil has put down regarding our people to keep us in a down state. Okay, resources, man, manpower. Okay, he don't sleep. All right, he don't sleep unless he causes some to fall. Right?
Yeah.
He works. What is it? He works mischief
Yeah,
on his
bed.
bed, man.
Around the clock.
This devil, he in bed
Dream about
thinking about how,
Yeah.
how. What else can I do, man?
24/7,
You know?
You know, I used to work at night, and I used to see them blowing chemtrails in the air at night. These devils won't sleep, man. Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You can see the chemtrails off the light from the moon.
Mm-hmm.
So he ain't not about to sleep or take his foot off the gas by fulfilling this new world order. You know, he's serious about that. Man, this is Esau's one shot at what he thinks is eternity.
And this is all fueled by his hate.
Yep.
That never stops. It was perpetuated hatred. It's like a multi-millennial tantrum from Eve because he didn't get the blessing. That's what this is all about. That's basically what this is. And then while he, has been trying to fulfill himself, he's been instilling his hatred on you tribes as a result. He did all that in the process of it, man. So now, after he didn't perform all type of experiments on you tribes, look how fucked up and ruined you are. While you still have a soft spot for him. That's the brother said it. Y'all under a complete spell. It takes this truth to cast that spell off of you, breaking them strongholds. We freeing you by the word of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like King David, when he played the harp, it took a certain sound, right? Music, a song, a certain melody, a song to cast that demon, right?
Evil spirits, yeah.
There's evil spirits out of that Jake. So it's the same thing right now. It takes this song, you know, to finally break that spell, man.
Like the brother said, you know, Esau working around the clock, and we have to balance it out. We got to be working around the clock too in righteousness, man, to combat that. You know, like it says, you know, covering ourselves with that whole armor, us staying locked in, you know, constantly reading the scriptures. It's not just about reading and doing lessons, but actually performing those works, putting that energy out there.
People should look around and recognize you just move different in the earth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're not doing it to be for people to see. That's the beauty of it, really. I really try to move around to not be seen, and you still end up standing out. But against those that have a certain something else they're looking for, people will walk up to you like, you know something. I don't know what it is, but something special or something about you. Like, well, you know, you go, well, wow, what do you mean by that? Just you know something.
They know
It
it's your
should be that
jobs.
way.
Where the way you move, the way you react or don't react to certain things, they know that you're different. They know that you move different.
Don't react.
Don't react. Yeah. You know, they know why by, you know, when you do speak, the majority of the time it's not folly, it's knowledge. You're coming with some form of truth, whether it, you know, you obviously don't bring out the truth at your job, but it's a truth in everything, you know. But
Wisdom.
it's wisdom, yeah. So the world around you, as you continue to walk in this truth, you walk in Yahweh Shema Shai, they're gonna understand and see that there's something different about it, you know. Like, you know, I heard people at my job ask me, why you don't move up? Why don't you go into management? I'm like, that ain't for me, man. You know, but you, as brothers grow in the truth, you're gonna see. You know, the world is gonna see. They're gonna see that light shining within you.
Matthew 5, I'll read 14 through 16. It says, ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on an hill cannot be hid. Like the brother said, I try to move like to not be seen. And then that's most of us. You know, but you can't help it. You can't hide a light.
Yeah.
It says, neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick. And it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. You know, so it's our conduct, you know, all together. You don't even have to say anything. You don't have to have conversations with people. They know it. They notice it.
Yeah. Hey, personally, people at my job, you know, I don't let them in my business,
Okay.
my personal business. But there is times where they'll ask certain questions, and the natural response is to give that spiritual, biblical advice. Answer.
Yeah.
Shit, I ain't gonna lie to you. You ask me a question about the Bible, I'm gonna tell you what it says.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, it's up to you what you do with it.
I got something real quick. This is in the Amplified Bible. This is Philippians 2, starting at verse 14. It says, do everything without murmuring or questioning the providence of the Most High, so that you may prove yourselves to be blameless and guileless, innocent and uncontaminated, children of the Most High without blemish, in the midst of a morally crooked and spiritually perverted generation, among whom you are seen as bright lights, beacons shining out clearly in the world of darkness, holding out and offering to everyone the word of life, so that in the day of Yahushai, I will have reason to rejoice greatly, because I did not run my race in vain, nor labor without result.
So being amongst all around, surrounded by these, by our people who are not in a Gentile state of mind, okay, who are clearly sick, we know that, and so we should know, okay, you know, these people, they're sick.
Yep.
All right. What do you do? Hey, when someone's sick, really sick, you try not to go around them.
Yeah.
you try to have as little contact as you can with them. You might offer a cure, which is we know the cure.
Yeah, some remedies.
So we might throw it out there, right?
Okay.
So if it's for them to pick it up, and
If they want to be healed,
right, you know,
some of them don't want to be healed.
they don't want to be healed. So those are the ones that we gotta stay away from. Okay, because next thing you know, you can get sick,
Misery love company.
right? You can get sick, and I hate being sick, man. Okay, sucks, right?
Yeah.
So we know what it was like being in the old man, the old us. Fuck, I never again want to be like that again. Okay, I don't want to think like that. No, this is a horrible image of myself.
Real quick, if I may. John chapter 7, verse 38. He that believeth on me, as the scripture have said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. So just naturally, you're going to be speaking wisdom. Naturally, you're going to move differently. Naturally, you're just going to have better ideas and different things that's going on around the people that's without the understanding. You're going to apply how you move in the scriptures. You're going to apply that to how you move in the world, and people are going to start to notice the difference. Right now, they're so distracted with bread and circuses and fame and the internet and social media and whatever else that it don't look like much. They're starting to see, because it's starting a little squeeze is starting to happen, but as the squeeze gets tighter and tighter and tighter, and the veil is taken off of Jake's eyes, where they realize they're in trouble. That's when they're gonna see, when they're like, damn man, it hurt, I don't know. Then they're gonna see you walking around head up and observing everything and ready to move.
God, we should have the wisdom right now to know how to use the scriptures with these people out here. Okay, these scriptures are used to uplift, to tear down, okay, to wound, to heal, to strengthen, okay, to give hope,
To reprove, to restore.
So we got to know how to use that, how to when and how to bring those things out to whoever is in front of us, okay? Because we got to know what kind of spirit they're in.
Let me read this book. Romans 15:4, to back up your point. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
God, the Lord, you know how much patience the Lord had with us? Right? How much hey, it took a long time for me to finally get it. You know? So patience, long suffering, those are things that we also gotta use. All right, we can't just always be quick to dismiss someone.
I got it going for you right now. Back you up. 2 Timothy 2:24. A servant of the Lord must not quarrel, but must be kind, be able to teach, and be patient with difficult people. Gently instruct those who oppose the truth. Perhaps the Most High will change those people's hearts, and they will learn the truth. Then they will come to their senses and escape from the devil's trap, for they have been held captive by him to do whatever he wants.
That is such a great victory, a spiritual victory, to be able
2
to,
Timothy 2.
with the power of the scriptures, you know, the power of the Holy Spirit and the true names, to turn, be able to make someone like that return, to change the way they think, the way they operate, the way they live. Okay, that's a spiritual victory. That shows the power. That's power, man. Okay.
That's why Paul said, when it talks about it's not necessarily speaking with man's wisdom, but the demonstration of the power. I can speak something plain to you. I don't have to use
Eloquent speech.
and he said, though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge. And even though his words were more plain, but he was able to actually have listeners and foreigners that was listening, and even some of them that were being converted. They were being converted just based on the power of his words. That and really what it was the people that already had the word in them, it drew it forth out of them. And he didn't take and Paul didn't take any credit to it.
The seed was already planted.
You know?
Someone else. If somebody could grab.
That's why he said, Apollo water, I planted, but the Most High is who gave the increase.
If someone can grab Hebrews 4 and 12 for me. I'm gonna make an analogy of a movie, but you're gonna understand it. Whoever first one to get it can read it. Read it loud.
This is Hebrews 4 and 12.
Yep.
It says, this is King James. It says, for the word of Yahweh is quick and powerful, sharper than any two-edged sword, even to the dividing asunder of the soul, spirit, and joints, and marrow. It says, it is discerner of the thoughts and the intents of the heart.
Now, the brother made a very good point. We should get to because the sword is the book, right? The spirit of the book. So we got to be able to, it's a two-edged sword, so you can cut this way, you can cut that way. You can destroy and you can heal, right? You can tear down and you can build up. So being able to do that is a very high skill. Now, the analogy of a movie I was going to give you was in the movie The Animatrix, right? It's the cartoon that was in between part 1 and part 2 of the Matrix.
The anime version.
Right. And it was I think the episode is Last Flight of the Osiris. Now the man and woman was an Asian woman and a black Jake man. They went into like the temple to practice dojo or whatever. And they was in there practicing with swords, and they began to cut each other, but they were just cutting each other's clothes off. That's the type of skill you can develop with this words, without touching them. They were like the little right by her neck, but it just cut her shoulder sleeve, and her titties was exposed. Then, you know, you get the point. But that's what you gain out of these scriptures. You start to learn how to apply certain information and certain analogies and certain wisdom to heal people. You don't just give to anybody, though.
And then by doing that, you become one with the scriptures, because your opinion is not your opinion is what the scripture says.
Right.
Well, how do you feel? It ain't about how I feel. This is what the scripture says. This is how I live my life by.
And you get out.
Yeah, go ahead. You got it. Yep.
I'm sorry, brother.
No.
But you get out of saying that by just giving them. You didn't now filter the spirit of the scriptures that you understand into your own life, because you're applying it now. And so now I don't have to say a gift destroyeth the heart anymore. I don't have to say that. I just be like, no, thank you. I just want to make sure that my mind is, I'm just trying to find something to say, but y'all understand what I'm saying.
Salt.
You make it your own, right?
Salt.
Yeah, you use salt, exactly. You use flavor with it. So when you're applying it, some people you're gonna heal up. Now you learn that with some of your mom and your family, your dad, whatever. You take this and that, and they think, well, don't even mention that you learned this out of the Bible. Just be like, this. Oh, I saw this on the internet. Oh, okay. Because they'll accept it if it's not from the book. Believe it or not. And
they always need some outside source to validate what the book says.
Yeah, exactly. It's never good enough. So you go, no, I've seen this on the internet. Some guy, I don't remember.
They start
but
hitting.
You know, the scripture that gave it to you.
That's why they would have to be put in a life experience that shows that the Bible is a living book. You know, they'll start to see like, damn, the Bible do say that. Why couldn't I just take its word for it? It's the Most High's wisdom.
Learn the hard way. Man, you gotta bump their head.
A lot of men in these last days crashing out over women. A lot of them, majority of them, wouldn't have took those routes if they knew what the Bible said.
Exactly.
You know.
Pass it.
If somebody can get 1 Corinthians 2. I know somebody had a precept, but if somebody can get that, while y'all get y'all precepts.
Can I read this,
1 Corinthians 2 and start at the top.
4 and 6, right?
Okay.
It's Colossians 4 and 6. It says, I'll read it in the NLT. So let your conversation be gracious and attractive so that you will have the right response for everyone. That's in the NLT. In the KJV, it says, let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that you may know how you ought to answer every man, how to swing that sword. Because you're going to use the wisdom. When you stop thinking about what I think, you just be like using the wisdom. Now, you may still say the words I think, but you're applying the wisdom of the scriptures. And a lot of people will continue to come back to you because they like how the source of, of what you're reading from until they learn it's the Bible.
Yeah. This mastering this sword is something that we should all be wanting to do. Get sharper, sharper in the scriptures. Because we're gonna need this sharpness. We're gonna need. We gotta sharpen each other, all right? Iron sharpeneth iron. Okay. Because we're gonna need it. And not only that, but we're also, like we always tell you, brothers, there's gonna come a time where you are gonna be teaching others. Okay. So that's a lot. That's the biggest responsibility that you could possibly have in this world. Handling the word of the Lord. Okay? That's our biggest job. And it's not a part-time job. This is something that we really got to be wanting to master and be able to handle with care. Because, we can cut ourselves too, to wound yourself, Fuck around and shoot yourself, cheddar bob.
Hey, and not even a game. I don't know if you brothers ever handled nunchucks. Anybody ever handled nunchucks? Don't fuck up. Especially if you're going fast, one little tap somewhere will end. You will lose feeling and the nerve feeling. This book is the same way. You fuck around trying to read something and chop your own head off, cut yourself.
Shit, you be stopping the video, starting over.
God.
Hey, we done all been there though.
That's why you got. We just gotta stick to the basics. Stick to the program.
To the mill.
We can't come out here thinking we gonna change this program. No, man, it's already set. Okay. We follow the leadership that was set up by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Okay. We believe through the Spirit. We go and we review what's being told. We look into the scriptures. Okay? And we stick to that program and follow the blueprint. All right? We can't try to remix it. And we can't we can't be looking into all these other philosophies, trying to become even,
And that's why it's important to look at both aspects of this truth. Especially being a teacher it's a beautiful thing, it's a gift, and it's an honor to be a part of this ministry and to be able to teach, but at the same time it's scary because if you don't do it right, you can get fucked up. When you come into this, there's no way out, and you have to do it right. A lot of guys get caught up in the glory of being a teacher. I'm waking up so many people, I got this congregation and this and that, but are you being mindful of how you're teaching, how you're building? Because going back to the analogy of the sword and the nunchucks, you going too fast, you ain't focusing on the foundation, the fundamentals, you're gonna mess up. Just like if with anything, any sport or any skill, if you're trying to go too fast, even if you're working out, you can be pushing 350, you can be doing this, that, and the third, but if your form ain't right, you're gonna hurt yourself.
Always trying to, there's, how many times have we seen it, the Jake that tries to lift more than he should? Ends up breaking himself. Let's stick with what we know, and as we grow, we'll be able to touch on the deeper, darker mysteries of the scriptures, man. Okay, me myself, I'm a toddler. Okay, compared to some of these brothers here, man.
I got some. Ecclesiastes 9 and 11. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them all. Consider, what the brother is saying. And all of us, we all have our own set of measure. The Most High is who gives that measure.
Yeah.
So don't yield above the measure that was given to you. You don't take your son to tryouts and then immediately he goes straight to the tournaments.
Right.
That's not how it go. He will get bent up immediately. You get him out there on that mat, he's getting bent up.
Yeah.
Every which way. They're gonna bend him up and fold him up.
You can be confident, but it's like Brian.
No, go ahead.
You can be confident, but don't be overconfident. Like if you go too fast, then I'm just
It's all good. In a construction zone, everybody has their task.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows what their role is. And you do that job the best you can. Because you expect when it comes payday, you expect to get that paycheck, right?
Yep.
And sometimes when you do get rewarded, when the boss sees that you're actually trying your best, you're always on time, you're always on point,
Okay.
you don't give no problems, shit, you might get promoted.
Kind of spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's no different, man.
I got you. Romans 12:3 in the NLT, it says, because of the privilege and authority the Most High has given me, I give each of you this warning. Don't think you are better than you really are. Be honest in your evaluation of yourselves, measuring yourselves by the faith the Most High has given us. Just as our bodies have many parts, and each part has a special function, so it is with Yahushai's body. We are many parts of one body, and we all belong to each other. In His grace, the Most High has given us different gifts for doing certain things well.
Okay.
So if the Most High has given you the ability to prophesy, speak out with as much faith as the Most High has given you.
Yeah, magnify that office.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah. Whatever job lot was given unto each one of us, hey, do your best to make sure that the job is well done. Make sure that the house that we're building is going to be able to stand. Okay? Because that's what we're doing. We're building right now too. We're building, and we're building upon that rock. Okay? Because we know that that storm is coming. Okay? So we want our house to be able to stand. And every single one of us has to be playing a part. And none of us can boast on the other guy, on the other man.
Okay.
All right, we're not supposed to be puffed up with pride, and what's that word? Puffed up with just over, like a brother said, like the brother read, thinking that we're bigger than we actually are. Keep a humble spirit. All right, we know more than most, for sure. That's for sure. The more that greater thou art, the more humble yourself. You should be.
How was he was washing his disciples' feet? So he's the king of all kings.
Right.
And he's washing feet. So that's to show you that example. He's the best example to follow, because he really could boast and do anything and everything, but he stayed low and showed them this is the way you should be, even if you have power.
True.
Yeah.
That's the spirit that we should be in. You got something?
I was gonna quote one, but I had a scripture. You can get it, but I'm gonna quote it. It says, "Walk in wisdom to them that are without." So that's a power, knowing how to. You're not. I forgot who said it, but it was a form of righteous manipulation. It's a form of righteous manipulation because it's manipulation when you're using it for evil versus motivation if you're using it was wrong. But anyway, when you're using it for righteousness, you're using it for their benefit, and not your own. So you got to be able to see how to use those, because it's a fine line But your intent got to be right, and you got to double check your intents.
Yeah.
Now the other one I had was Sirach chapter 3 and verse. You was grabbing that?
I know I never got that Sirach to read that to you.
Oh, that's all good. Yeah, that's long ago. Verse. I start up at 18. Matter of fact, I'll start up at 17. My son, go on with thy business in meekness, so shall thou be beloved of him that is approved. And you learning all these things, you learning prophecies, you learning, what times, measuring the time and all of that. You still gotta be able to relate to people that don't understand this. And it's funny because you watch our videos, especially at Great Millstone, you watch our videos, let somebody just come off the street and try to just watch our Great Millstone video. You know all the code that's in these videos now? Internet code, let alone in the ministry code.
What the hell is an MOTB? What is that?
Micro C here.
You're gonna have
What they talking
All
about?
these acronyms.
You gotta watch him with a guide and stuff. Like, okay, what did he say?
Right.
What do they mean by Jake? What's a
Yeah,
Jake?
kind,
What's
yeah.
a Jake? Now,
What's a Jake?
What's a
What's a jab?
Yeah, what is the jab? We're talking about boxing?
Maxine Waters? What they talking
Yeah,
about?
they all over the place.
And that's how the scripture is written too.
But we speak it
Yeah.
this way on purpose so they feel like they're on the outside. Because it's meant for the initiated on the inside. But when you're relating to people on the outside, you got to be able to relate it in the terms. That's what Paul was constantly doing.
Speaking
that.
plainly.
Yeah.
Speaking plainly.
Sometimes he used sports analogies.
Yep.
It's just different, like Olympic, but
Or
he used
putting it in
different.
layman's terms.
Yep. Gardening and horticulture, using different terms. So Yahushua as well, using those terms so people would understand. Then Yahushua also spoke them so they wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
So you have the ability, but you got to know when it is and when it ain't. He said it in front of his disciples just to throw the non-believers off, and then he went back and expounded upon it to his disciples to explain it.
Broke it down.
but
And that's why I had somebody earlier. I called for 1 Corinthians 2.
Yeah, my fault. I didn't
No, you
actually
get
grab
what you got, but
I get it.
because that goes into that. Paul was,
We can
breaking
go
it
with it
down.
now because this is a couple verses. I think you know where this is going.
I'm sorry, the top.
Yeah, starting at the top.
It's 1 Corinthians 2 and verse 1. And I, brethren, when I came to you, came not with excellency of speech or of wisdom, declaring unto you the testimony of the Most High. For I determined not to know anything among you, save Yahushua HaMashiach and him crucified.
Right.
This whole chapter go actually.
And I was with you in weakness and in fear, in much trembling. And my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom,
Yeah,
but
he wasn't using clever and persuasive language. He was just speaking basic to him. He didn't try to get up there and sound like a character on Broadway. On stage. You know how Nate be real animated and he sound like he's on at a Broadway play.
like he's a great orator.
Yeah.
That's why the apostles was laughing. That's why the apostles was laughing when he brought out that quill.
Oh, man.
But that's how he talk. Like he writes with a quill, man.
Yeah.
Like a Shakespeare play or something.
Yeah, none of that is necessary, man. Unless you're trying to attract people to yourself and not to the ministry. It doesn't. The Lord doesn't need all the antics to push His word. We out here plainly, y'all. Anybody that walk by, if they want to get a thorough understanding of what we're preaching, what our message is, it's simple. We break it down to them. Most of the time, they be like, okay, I didn't know this before, and now I understand it now. They might not come back after that, but
That ain't got nothing to do with what we did.
right. But we've gotten plenty of examples where people understood because we made it plain to them.
It's beautiful because you'll see certain men in Israel, particularly of a higher understanding. You'll watch them go from answering questions to somebody real calmly, yes, this little lady, yeah, this is how you do that, talking calmly and softly to her. Yeah, my nigga, you such and such, and you know, gotta cuss a wild spirit out to keep him calm, take the authority over him, so he don't come and disrupt too much. Check him, and then go back and answering an eloquent question, a deep question, you know, with eloquent speech and break down and understand, all within a space of 10, 15 minutes.
Came on things, though.
You got it, brother. That's it. You got it.
Back to the chapter. I'll start at 4 again. And my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom, but in demonstration of the Spirit and of power.
And a demonstration of what?
Spirit and of power.
Yeah, the power that comes of the Holy Spirit. That was what was being demonstrated. That was what was actually converting those foreigners. You know? And that's why in his epistle to the Church of Thessalonica, he said basically he thanks the Most High that they was able to receive the word, not as the word of man, but as the word of the Most High in truth. You know? Because the word worked effectually in them. So if the word is already working effectually in you, I shouldn't have to speak in deep mysteries. I could just speak plainly to you, and it's gonna connect to you. You know.
Verse 5. That your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of the Most High.
Not in the wisdom of men, but in the power of the Spirit of the Most High. That's why, like, these Christians, they can't get it through their brain. Like, it's still leaving them astonished that a lot of Christians, they come up against us, and only two things happen. They either continue to be where they at, or they actually learn something, and then they denounce that BS. And they come in and they just like the apologists and the vocabs, and they marvel at the fact that even though we sound like we obviously didn't go to seminary school, we didn't get these degrees and all these credentials,
doctorates and masters and Bible studies and shit.
We didn't have to read all those additional scholarly books that they recommend that you read. We didn't go through none of the course. We didn't do none of that. But somehow these young dudes standing out on street corners in robes are pulling in a lot of people.
It can break down
all over the world.
It can break down these scriptures that's been a mystery for ages. Prophecies, you know, going into Daniel 2 and Daniel 7, the beast in Revelations 13. You know, able to break down Revelations 20. And you know how it jumps around from the first verse to the. So,
hey, we can mess up. We can a Christian scholar or professor. They could come up here and when they want to deal with prophecy or the deeper stuff of the scriptures, the spirit would mess their head up. And they'll be wondering how the hell y'all know this stuff.
And the thing about it is,
but it ain't of us. We take no credit to any of it.
And
we're just vessels that the Lord chose to place this gift in. It's precious, and that's why we defend it with our life, man. That's why we're passionate about it. That's why we get on these other guys when it comes to this, because we're putting trust of it, man.
I was lucky. I'm gonna add one little something to what you're saying. That's the special part, because we can go into something and we don't take credit for having that understanding. The other side of it is he actually had us, you know, the Most High had us speaking this thing before we had the examples for you to, not just you, but for them to be able to understand it. Because when we were teaching it before, people said, nah, brother, America can't ever lose.
Right.
They just in whatever their frozen, stiff, locked in minds were up to. But now that we're looking at the ways of the world change, current events changing, and starting to look like everything we've been talking about before it was unfolding. That's why prophecy is one of the most powerful things in the earth. The ability to say something before and it come true. And we understand that that power is not of us.
I was going to add to your point that, or Radazar's point, that it makes so much sense. They're in denial that it's the truth because it's coming from us.
Yep.
Now,
That's what they don't like.
That's what they don't like.
Because the prophets is not not without respect in their own country, their own countrymen. We're not held in a high esteem or high regard as a mega pastor or a celebrity, you know, somebody with a Nobel Peace Prize or something. We're not held in that same regard, so they'll be so quick to be dismissive of what we're saying, and we ain't using our own words. Clearly, we're bringing the word out. We're commanded that when we do come out here and speak, you better speak thus saith the scriptures.
Yeah.
You can't speak outside of it, or you be found a liar. Yeah.
Real quick. I'm sorry, brother. You got that one real quick.
13. And they shall turn to you for your testimony.
Call the scripture again.
Luke 21 to 14. Settle it therefore in your hearts not to meditate before what you shall answer. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist.
So when you, and that's talking about that day, of course, but even now we're able to do it. People come up here and get confounded on the things we say because we have the breakdown. We can make it plain to where they can't gainsay nor resist. Like, damn, that do sound right. I can't. How many times we get that? I can't argue with that. I don't know about this part, but I can't argue with that. And the part that they don't get is just because they can't get it. It's just blocked. It has nothing to do with what we did up here.
Yep. And that's why, like right now, because it's been going so one-sided, with the church taking nothing but L's, it seems like they're trying to get their second win by now, trying to come back and combat, you know, what we're teaching. So now they're feeling emboldened to come to the camps. You know, they'll come with a few guys and their readers and their little microphone and you know those tactics, but it's still not working. It's like the Lord said. Well, actually, no, it was Gmslv, but the Spirit of the Lord was on it.
Acts.
If it be of the Most High, and if it be of men, it'll come to naught. But if it be of the Most High, you can't overthrow it. And that's what they're seeing. That's part of the demonstration of the power of the Spirit. You know.
Sirach 3 and 19. Many are in high place and of renown, but mysteries are revealed to the meek. Like the brother mentioned,
actually, the brother was just reading that.
Sirach 3.
Yeah, read the couple verses.
18.
Yeah.
verse 18, back in Sirach 3. It says, the greater thou art, the more humble thyself.
Because it's not of us. We got to be humble because it's not of us. We're just trusted to give it. Let it pass through us. We're honored to let it pass through us, but we can't ever be like we see what happens when somebody thinks this information came from them.
Right.
We're watching how they're getting shamed, and really we ain't even seen fully the end of how this is going to play out for those types of guys.
One of y'all brothers grabbed Jeremiah 9 and 24 or 23.
Yeah, that's a good example.
Mm-hmm.
That dude, man, he got cast down hard.
I'm the chief priest. What Tazariak gonna get a hot one?
Shirt he just had on.
Oh yeah, shirt he had.
The Most High
He's still proud.
He's not even humble.
Yeah, he's still proud.
Yeah.
Still proud. The Most High gonna make a public example out of him.
Yeah. But he's the perfect guy for us to watch it go down with, and it's his own fault.
See, and when the Lord publicly judged that dude in the midst of all Israel, people gonna remember all the years that we've been saying, hey, look at this, because we've been really showing the world of Israel that man's character from the beginning. We've exposed his whole entire character to the world. And because a lot of people don't like us, they never took our word for it. So they're going to get to see for themselves. And then when the Lord finally actually make a public example, that's when, hey, you're going to see it. The Spirit is definitely working with those men. Because they've been the main ones warning about this.
It's gonna be a beautiful thing to see too, you know, when and like you said, we, you know, the apostles, the elders, brothers, on down, been showing you all of these niggas' characters, man.
All of them.
And him in particular, you know, something came out that's even worse than what brothers been you know, warning about. And the ones that seen it, that been backing them up and been, you know, on his side.
Yeah, niggas that fasted for him.
Yeah, you turned around and rented the men that told you about him. So y'all gonna get fucked up too.
And then when they start scattering, don't run over to us, man.
Right.
Go you to the buyers and you know, and buy. All right. Go ahead.
Back in Sirach 3 and verse 19, many are in high place and of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek. And just like it says, you know, the Most High uses the weak things of the world to confound the wise, man, because He's not dealing with anybody that's gonna try to take glory and credit unto themselves, which a lot of people are.
I used to sell dope, but now I sell hope.
Huh? Sound like you
I basically, I gotta get some kind of glory somehow based off of it. Like, that's that type of statement. He gotta get some kind of glory or some type of shine. He just can't give all the credit and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Hey,
He's still a nigga, man. Like I listened to that song, bro. He's a nigga, bro. He fucking said, I found out about the truth and left some chilies in the streets.
Yep.
If you know about that, you know what he's talking about. Like, why would you even put that in the song that's supposed to be about the truth? That's some nigga shit, bro. Yeah.
Hey, you somebody pull that brother precept?
Jeremiah 17,
Jeremiah 9, right?
Jeremiah 9 and 24. Those who wish to boast should boast in this alone. But let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am the Lord Yahweh, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith the Lord Yahweh.
That's your, if you want to speak on that.
But yeah.
If you want to speak on what he read.
You can read it again, so
Yeah, read it one more time.
I'm sorry, 23. Thus says the Lord Yahweh, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches.
So like, and that's why it says in the precept, I believe it was in here, but yeah, it was in here. You know, the greater thou art, the more humble thyself. Everything that we are, everything that we're going to become, it's not of us. You ain't out there gaining so much knowledge because you just in the books and you just studying and it's just coming to you like that.
You that guy.
Exactly. The Lord is supping with us. He's opening up our minds and giving us this understanding. So the more we grow, the more we learn, it all goes back to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Keep going.
But let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am the Lord Yahweh, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith the Lord.
Yep. And that's why those mysteries are revealed unto the meek, because the Lord knew who he was going to put that wisdom into. He knew that they was going to give him that credit again. You know, it said, it's like you read that the latter part.
Forget it.
Oh, so like it said,
23, 24.
but let him glorious.
But let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am the Lord, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith the Lord.
Because we understand that this is a gift at the end of the day. We understand that the Lord, He chose us. You know, Lord willing, we're chosen to endure unto the end. But the fact that we're able to be in this ministry and to be in this position, in this office, is a blessing in itself. So why would somebody even think to boast or have any kind of pride in this thing, man?
Right.
Just as easily as we was in the world and we was doing all that bullshit when we was the old man, the Lord could have kept us in that state.
That's something that they carried over into this platform. the pride, the big ego, the
Right.
self-glorification, you know, all that you didn't get rid of it. That's something that you're supposed to get rid of when you cross over. You know, if you don't, well, it's a bad taste. You're putting out a bad aroma. The Lord, that scent. The Lord's not gonna like it.
That stink.
You know,
They burn the incense unto other idols.
the sacrifice that you're offering, it's not a good sacrifice. You know.
I got something. 1 Corinthians, I'm going to start at 15 and 8. I'm going to read down. NLT. Last of all, as though I had been born at the wrong time, I also saw him. For I am the least of all apostles. In fact, I'm not even worthy to be called an apostle after the way I persecuted the Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshua's church. But whatever I am now, it is all because Yahweh poured out his special favor on me, and not without results, for I have worked harder than any of the other apostles, yet it was not I but Yahweh who was working through me by his grace.
Right. Technically, none of us here are worthy to be a part of the ministry. You know?
It's grace.
But it's through grace that the Lord has us here, man. Okay, we didn't do it. There's nothing. We didn't do anything. We didn't get it by ourselves. Okay, so knowing that, what type of spirit that we should be in? You know, we shouldn't be in a spirit of, oh shit, hell yeah, I'm the man. You know, I'm the chief high this. Okay, I'm a leader, and nah, man. You're supposed to be still.
If anything, it's more. It shows more humility when you boast in your weakness.
Yeah.
That's what Paul was doing. He acknowledged that, yeah, even though I got all these revelations, even though the Lord put me in this position to have this authority, if only you knew what would come with that. I get my ass beat for this truth.
Shipwreck.
You get shipwrecked.
The demons you
I
have
get
to fight.
slandered. I get sick. I get the thorn in my side.
He got killed.
Yeah, you got
Yeah, got caught up to the third heaven.
Came back.
That's it. Glory in that. Not that you got these revelations and you feel like you a deep dude and the spirit is just with you. You know. If I can, there was more.
You might on that Sirach 3, it might be a little bit more on you.
Okay.
You get yours, unless you was the last reader.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in Sirach 3, in verse 20, it says, "For the power of the Lord is great, and he is honored of the lowly. Seek not out the things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength.
Keep going.
But what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence. For it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things which are in secret."
Yeah, some things are just not meant for, we don't need to go deep into. A lot of times, if we have somebody ask us like a deep question, was that third angel that was with Noah, or whatever he said, like, man, that ain't got nothing to do
over
with
there?
the strip or somewhere we was at. Man, that ain't got nothing to do with salvation.
He's like, I know.
That
He's like,
scripture about the mind pressing down the soul.
Yeah, come on, bro. You want to know how, it's just interested. You need to be interested in salvation.
Right.
And what you are commanded that you are able to do. That's what you should be thinking upon with reverence. You should be occupied in prophecy.
So we'll go into certain historical things in the scriptures, but some things don't matter.
Yeah.
As the brother said, it doesn't pertain to salvation. You know, if it don't pertain to salvation, we're not going super deep into, what nationality were Abraham's other wives.
I'm gonna tell you what I told this Jake before. It was, I think you're Jake anyway, but he was talking about Genesis and the creation. How do we know that the creation? I said, you know why that's there? is because to show you that the higher power created the earth. No one else has a great description of how the earth was created like that. But that's not the point of the book.
Right.
That's just giving credence to who authored who authored the book. That's all it does. So you know that this is coming from a celestial place. The rest of everything that's written, because when you get into it, it don't even go into that stuff as much as it go into a lineage that goes from the beginning to the end of the
It's
book.
just from the perspective of this group of people.
Right.
Because the other nations had their own perspective of the beginning of the creation and all that.
They got their own perspective of the
The
flood.
flood and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I can get this real quick, 2 Corinthians 12, and I'll start at I'll start at 5. It says, "This experience is worth boasting about, but I'm not going to do it. I will boast only about my weakness. If I wanted to boast, I would be no fool in doing so, because I will be telling the truth. But I won't do it because I don't want anyone to give me credit beyond what they can see in my life or hear in my message. Even though I have received such wonderful revelations from the Most High, so to keep me from being proud, I was given a thorn in my flesh, a messenger from Satan to torment me and keep me from becoming proud."
Yeah.
Keep me from being proud. Most High hates a proud look. Pride is when a man departed from his maker, right? So the object of this book is not to keep to build ourselves up to depart from our maker, but to draw us closer to it and understanding and reverence of it.
I agree. This is second.
There was a little
Most
more.
like it, bro. You got
There was a
Sorry.
little more. It says, 3 different times I begged the Lord to take it away. Each time he said, "My grace is all you need. My power works best in weakness." So now I am glad to boast about my weakness, so that the power of Mashiach can work through me. That's why I take pleasure in my weaknesses, and in the insults, hardships, persecutions, and trouble that I suffer for Mashiach. For when I am weak, then I am strong.
Because how are you able to push through?
Yes, testimony.
And what's funny is
That's the demonstrating of the power, man.
what's the name?
How this dude died, and now he's back out here teaching. He got stoned to death. But we see this man back out here preaching like he never got sent back to the spirit realm.
Like that one was sent him.
Yeah.
Got him sent on me, you know.
Imagine something like that happening to one of these guys in Israel today that's already into themselves. If they got stoned or shot or something terrible happened to them and they pretty much flatlined and they came back, they gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I'm the Messiah." They gonna damn near
Absolutely proud as hell.
Look
at Tupac.
Tupac and 50 Cent.
Cam trying to do it. I was gonna say that scripture that you read, because when I was in the world, I loved that just a writing, I guess, called Footprints. Y'all know that one, Footprints, about the Lord walked with me and there were 2 footprints, and then in the hardest times in life, I looked down and there was only one set of prints. You know, Lord, why did you leave me? He said, I didn't leave you. I carried you in those times. Well, that's the infirmities. That's the weaknesses. And I think that's the closest scripture to that writing.
Yeah.
But you gotta think about it. When you're weak, that's when the power of the Lord makes a way. He man, we don't even realize. I think that was in that chapter. We don't even realize. Oh no, you did read it. It's not needful to see the things without eyes that are seen in secret. Like there's a lot of things that happen that you don't even realize the Lord just did for you. And this for us, Salaki, but it's for us to acknowledge that power. Like sometimes, like we've seen people not have a rent on Thursday, it's due on Friday, but then Friday afternoon, somehow it get figured out. And then now, so we've seen miracle type events happen. Now that don't seem like a miracle. Well, my mama gave it to me, yeah, but she didn't. How did she have it? How did she had a spirit to say, "Oh, let me give it to you"?
just enough for you.
just enough for you, and it was, you know, and the Lord works this way. That's why when you go into Job, the 33rd chapter, it talks about he sealeth man's instructions when he's asleep to hide pride from man.
Yeah.
So it's always to keep you humble was the main thing. Okay.
And that's an example. Like, because in this world, everybody has that narcissistic pride demon. Everybody's a lover of themselves, self-importance. It's me. Look, selfie.
Yep.
Look where I'm at. I'm over here in Cabo. I'm over here in Dubai. But the Lord is starting to kill these social media influencers.
Yeah, hell yeah.
These popular social media influencers. They're going out there on vacations and doing things. And the Lord putting them to death. Yep. You had an end of, she was popular on TikTok or whatever, doing skits. She went down to Cabo, and was having a time of her life. But then that night she went to sleep, and she didn't wake back up.
She had an asthma attack.
She had an asthma attack.
Did you post it, bro? The one about the mother went down the, or no,
the sister.
the BBL?
Two sisters.
Oh yeah.
She went with her.
She went with her to get the BBL done. And she ended up dropping dead,
Kind.
trying to recover.
Trying to blame it on the doctor. No. Y'all watching my shot did that.
Right.
Put your ass to death, man.
The video out down there.
That's simple.
Because you weren't going to use it for good. Like the one I sent about the chick that worked at McDonald's. She ended up getting fired. But why you at McDonald's with a BBL? Why you working at McDonald's with a BBL?
Why did you eat it?
That's what I'm saying. Because you ain't trying to work at McDonald's forever. You trying to let that be the bait to get you up out of something. Exactly.
Yeah,
Some
know,
people
Use that
better-
BBL as an investment.
Exactly. That's what they do.
Yeah.
What was wrong with changing your spirit and being subject to a man?
Yeah, bitches change everything except their personality and their morals.
Because that was the one thing you can and see, going back to how we can use that book. When people go to all that, we see through it. The rest of the world see that, they be like, dang. But we see through, for you to get all that shit, them duck lips and all that other shit,
all the
there's gotta be
aesthetics.
something wrong and rotten in here.
Right. You can't make your ass bigger and titties. You can't get a bitch a new brain. You know what I'm saying?
They get more retarded when they get
Yeah,
this.
right.
Exactly.
Right.
But now pride done jumped up in them. We talked about that, I think a couple weeks ago or the other day, we talked about the Nutty Professor.
Oh yeah.
Professor Clump, he was all big, right? Then he took the little stuff and he got skinny because he didn't go through we were talking about because he didn't go through the labor and what it took. Well, what happened to his spirit when he got skinny? What was Buddy Love all about?
He's an asshole.
Me, the super asshole. You know? Look, I'm all spandex. I got jokes and I'm a clown. I mean, come on, that ain't what this is for. That ain't what you did it for. It was to save your life, wasn't it? Same thing with this. The power of this has got the life and death in it too.
Look, another YouTuber. P2 is the name. Legally known as Philip Enuwali was discovered dead in a Los Angeles mail room.
Oh, I see that.
He was like 26.
A lot of these dumb
He's
niggas out here
26.
Yeah, 26
playing,
years old.
pranks on people.
Yeah.
That's
Nothing wrong.
man, you gonna end up playing a prank on the wrong person. You know, hopefully they play a prank on an Edomite, Edomite gun-toting redneck Trump supporter, and they blast their ass, man.
They take it to trial
Yeah.
and he get off.
And he get
We
off.
fucking with it.
Yep.
Like it's self-defense.
I hate them things.
YouTuber stabbed to death as she live streamed on Tokyo Street.
See?
So all these popular YouTubers meeting their judgment. 'Cause but a lot of them, the common theme is these people get proud.
Yep.
The Lord hates he hates pride. He hates evil pride.
Yep.
You know, one of the 6 things that the Lord hates, one is a proud look.
Yeah.
Y'all know where that's at?
Proverbs 6.
Yeah, I blew dust off that one. Wow.
I got something. 2 Timothy 3:1. I read it. Yeah, I read it in NLT.
And so like it. And so just showing you how the Lord is making examples of people in the world like this, how much more you that are in Israel,
He's handling
in the
his word.
circumcision, handling the word of the Most High.
He's handling the flock.
Come. But but you misusing the word for your own selfish ambition, your own ulterior motives, man. You trying to exalt yourself. Hey, Nate, he about to damn near turn into Yahweh Shai soon.
Shit, I'm saying we can't wait.
We anticipate what he gonna do.
It's gonna get crazy. It's like he levels up each Passover.
Yeah.
Came with the wolf fur coat one year. Came
The nigga gotta outdo himself every year.
The reprobates got to try to outdo each other, man.
Yeah.
She might pull up damn Wizard of the Eyes. I'm too good. I can't see.
He gonna come with the.
He gonna put his AI version of himself on the projector, holographic form.
Holler from the cloud, bro.
They might have that nigga at the next Coachella and shit.
I was saying that nigga gonna come in with the Iron Man suit and just, you know.
We being funny, but we can see it. Like, where you gonna go from here? No limit to that.
Yeah, get your
2 Timothy 3:1 NLT. You should know this, Timothy, that in the last days there will be very difficult times. For people will love only themselves and their money. They will be boastful and proud, scoffing at the Most High, disobedient to their parents, and ungrateful. They will consider nothing sacred.
Man, nothing holy.
They will be
Like the Passover. You not the fact that you're not keeping it solemn. You really don't have any reverence. I'm trying to think of the term, but like basically you don't treat it as a sacred day.
Yeah, you don't.
You're doing your own pleasure, man.
You don't. Yeah, I say.
Yeah, hollow.
Yeah.
They're not keeping it sacred. You can, hey, based on their doctrine, you hey, after the service, let's go do something.
Go to the club.
You can grab up a chick that happened to be there. Y'all feeling each other, y'all eyes locked in and shit. And y'all just ate the bitter herb and ate the lamb, drank the wine, and now y'all finna go get busy a few hours after that.
On the Shabbat. On the Passover.
Yeah. Because according to them, you could do it on the Sabbath day.
Right.
So this is what the scripture is talking about. Go ahead.
They will be unloving and forgiving. They will slander others and have no self-control. They will be cruel and hate what is good. They will betray their friends, be reckless, be puffed up with pride.
Puffed up with pride is what we seeing. One guy just got exposed badly, man.
Wasn't bad enough for him.
Yeah, and I guess it wasn't enough because this nigga still clubbing.
Had the nerve to show his face at the Passover.
Came to the Passover, nigga in that he in a little stance. He was in some little stance. It looked damn near. It looked Masonic though. His little stance looked a little Masonic to me.
You don't think you should have held back on keeping the Passover this year? You have the nerve.
Or at least in the solemnity of your own home.
Yep.
He don't even have the humility to be like, you know what? I'm gonna just have it just solo.
I don't need to be seen.
I don't need to be seen right now. You know, if y'all want to carry on and y'all already know how to do it, he couldn't even do that because he knew that he still got underlings and people that damn near worship him. That's gonna be right there. That's gonna throw the rose petals at his feet.
Well, imagine what they told him. It's all right, Chief. We all got shortcomings.
We all make mistakes.
We all make mistakes.
The just man fall 7 times and get back
We'll
up.
have the scripture on us, bro.
That's what it means to be shamefaced, man. To hide your face.
Yeah.
You're not hiding your face. You just pretty much like, okay, whatever. This is who I am.
Man, they didn't see David for days, right?
Yeah.
When he fasted and he was in mourning for what he did. They didn't see him for days. He didn't want to eat. He didn't want to drink.
As soon as the baby died.
And then when a baby right when he knew after the baby passed and the judgment, then he let me go back and man, he accepted his punishment. Go ahead.
And love pleasure rather than the Most High. They will act religious, but they will reject the power that could make them godly.
They will act upon. They would act like they're really about that, man. You know, but it's all based on pretense. It's BS. Like it was that in Titus, I believe, like the last verse, where it says that they are to all about their works, and it calls them a reprobate.
Yeah.
He waited until he drove off to say some
Like
shit.
verse 16.
Scary ass. Yeah,
Titus 3?
No, Titus 1.
Titus 1.
1 and like 16, I think.
Titus 1 and 16. They profess that they know the Most High,
To back up what he just read. Go ahead.
but in works they deny him, being abominable and disobedient, and unto every good work reprobate.
There it is.
For the judgment.
That's how they have a form of they have a form of godliness, but they deny the power thereof. You know?
I don't
Because
know what their list,
but their heart is far from them.
It said they will act religious, but they will reject the power that could make them godly. Stay away from people like that. They are the kind who work their way into people's homes and win the confidence of vulnerable women who are burdened with the guilt of sin and controlled by various desires.
These types, they attract a bunch of women. And there's no wonder why a lot of these congregations that have a bunch of women in the midst of their congregation, it's always scandals.
Yep.
It's always chaos, confusion. They set that environment for themselves. And when especially when there's bad leadership, you win for it. That's the pattern that I see. You got a bunch of women and they got all these demons on them, but you think that you bringing them in and cleaning them up? These organizations that you see that they dismantle them, man. Them organizations get dismantled by these women, man.
Yeah.
They think it ain't you that clean up the women. It's the Most High that cleans you up. You know, they thinking that, oh, I brought fruit in. This is my fruit. Like, nah, the Most High.
Because you made her put on that damn head wrap and put on a dress or whatever, and with fringes, so you think you doing something. When clearly the scriptures say, let the outward adorning be of the what good works, man. Not with broidered hair and costly array and jewelry and all that outward, all the cosmetics and shit. And you seeing that with his situation. You got all these women and so he thinking like, yeah, I gotta be a man of the Lord. I got multiple wives. I got all these followers. But your woman just exposed you before the congregation. She brought you down. And the scriptures do say a wicked woman is given a portion to a wicked man.
You're supposed to keep the lips of keep your lips from the woman that lied for your bosom.
Yep.
So she ain't supposed to know all of your deepest, darkest secrets. I'm not talking about no wicked shit, obviously. But she's not supposed to know everything about you as a man.
Scripture say that. It's,
right.
It's right.
And we were using before the nation. Anyway, we were using Samson the last time about as the analogy of right that instance to learn from. You know, why would you give her what can take you down, what will crumble you?
Yep.
She should know that. You shouldn't be involved with her. I'm not trying to say what he was up to was cool, but go buy somebody and pay them for that shit, bro. But really, you just shouldn't be doing it because they can come out and expose you with no less than your woman. The problem is your woman has an excuse because the one that you can pay to do it, she got what she wanted out the deal. She got her money. Now the woman, your wife gonna always want something else, and she got something on you. She gonna always look for something. And I'm just using that understanding. So you really just should be clean. That's why it's important that we just walk the right way.
And women, they're naturally sensual. You know, they naturally carnal, and they operate off emotion and senses. So going back to that point you was making in the beginning of camp about women, they hypergamous, they cleave to men with power, strength, stability, so on and so forth, but they don't see the real you. They only see what's on the outside and in the image that you have. That's why.
I was just gonna say, when that image ain't squeaky and all powerful, when they start seeing the vulnerability of it, a lot of them feel like they conquered you and they know you, and now they ready to move on and conquer someone else. That's what the game pretty much is for women nowadays.
Man, you think with a guy like him, who just prided himself on being they named themselves the dagger men of Israel because of how good they can cut people with the scriptures. But you didn't apply the wisdom that could have prevented all this shit that just unfolded, that ended up causing you to be completely cast down in the midst of the congregation.
She don't care about you or the ministry,
bro.
She don't believe.
And she can move on now.
Yeah.
and that's the cold part, because you was trying to help her move on.
Yep.
And I believe the scriptures even speak about that, about how a woman, she's not supposed to be telling all the business.
Yep.
Right, being a busybody.
Yep.
The scriptures even warn about that.
Yep.
They'll be tattlers, being idle.
Yep.
Like it says in Titus about how the women are supposed to be.
Yep.
One.
Not
Not giving too much wine, to be lovers of their husbands, to be chaste, keepers at home.
Yeah.
Titus
2.
is it 2?
Titus 2 starting at.
But Paul's words have no authority.
It's just
He didn't have to take his advice because his words are not authoritative. That advice could have prevented you.
Yep. You needed Paul's advice.
You needed Paul's advice. You needed it more than anybody else and shit, man.
Yeah. That's the example the Most High made out of
I got it.
Titus 2. I start at the top. But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine, that the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, and patience. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becoming holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed.
Now the discretion should be, she shouldn't have snitched on that. We ain't ever overlooked that. She wasn't supposed to out him. Okay? We know that part.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't have been involved in this shit in the first place, bro. Okay, then she would not have nothing to tell.
Right, and as long as the lights are on, as long as the restaurants and the nail salons are open, and the grocery stores, and they got these jobs, they're not gonna repent. All right, they're gonna get proud. They're more and more proud because, oh, I don't need a man. Hey, I don't need a man to tell me what to do. I can do it on my own. Okay. That's really how they feel, and they love that, man. A woman, that independent spirit. When it's like when they can say they achieved it and be self-sufficient. Oh shit, man, that's the attitude these women get is very ugly. You know, they feel like if they could get rid of men, they would. They said that, you know.
With that bitch Ducci, that new the rap chick, the Grammy Award winning, Billboard Woman of the Year.
Oh yeah, they pumping her up now.
But this bitch sits on a platform and can say it's a red flag if you're a heterosexual man.
You ain't experimenting, fiddling with your backside and all that. You weird.
Yeah.
She loves Sakari, bro.
Yeah.
It seems like what's his name? Listen to her.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
He
Yeah,
took
that
the
would be his
revised.
type of woman.
Yeah, that's the spirit, bro.
Yeah.
That same Holy Spirit. You guys
This is
yes,
this is 1 Timothy 5 and 6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth.
I jump down to verse of like, is it 12?
12. It says, having damnation because they have cast off their first faith. Or should it be 11?
Yeah, read 11.
It says, but the younger widows refuse, for when they have begun to wax wanton against a Mashiach, they will marry.
Hold on. Yeah. Read down the point is in 13.
Away from 11.
Yeah.
But the younger widows refuse, for when they have begun to wax wanton against a Mashiach, they will marry.
Yeah, because back then women had, when a woman was widowed, they had more honor by basically they're choosing not to remarry even after their husband passed. Just spend the rest of their life just serving Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Yeah.
So showing support to the men of the Lord, the church, and whatnot. But some of them women, they still have the hots.
The urge.
They had no discipline. All right. So you can imagine these young chicks now in these camps and these other organizations. This is why it's a freak off.
I let a brother bring out a new precept.
It's a straight freak off, man.
They all on it now.
You can't just simply have a wife and keep her at home. Everybody got to be commiserating and hanging out and liquor and music, and this is the same environment that niggas in the world have when they partying or at the club or whatever. They're not following the advice and the instructions in the scriptures, man. But they so good at cutting you, pulling this precept and that precept.
They good at getting on these different platforms and talking about, bullshit.
Yeah.
That's why you was talking about that double-edged sword earlier.
Yeah.
You ain't taking heed to the things that you call yourself teaching. All it takes is for you to assist to, oh, I like your haircut, brother. I like your garment.
Yeah, I like your
Just like
haircut.
at the club.
Shouldn't even be saying that.
Get the hell away.
You made this lamb, brother? Oh, you did that. You did that.
I need that recipe from you. No, you don't. Go Google it. I got it right on BettyCrocker.com. Got it.
Can't believe none of these chicks, man.
That's why you don't.
And see, that's why you can't be surrounded by them, bro. You can't. That ain't where you counsel.
That's why the elder said the Lord brings the best and the worst men in the truth. Hey, that's the women too.
Oh yeah.
You know, hey, nothing's worse than a woman with a head wrap on who's bringing out scriptures, man.
Plotting, waiting on her moment to shine.
Yeah.
This ain't got no. This captivity, this last captivity was your chance to shine. You coming into the truth, you cut your shine short.
Yeah.
You cut it off.
Cut it off, cause it ain't ever coming back. Yeah.
It's actually, I got that for you.
Let him finish.
It says, having damnation because they have cast off their first faith. Withal, they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house, and not only idle, but tattlers also, and busybodies, speaking things which they ought not.
Yep. Tattlers, busybodies, speaking things that they ought not. Now you're giving occasion for the adversary to speak reproachfully.
Yep.
Now the ministry is being blamed because of your offenses.
Everybody that equation was wrong.
Everybody.
Even the ones that didn't get out of it was wrong.
If you knew this shit was going on even prior
Here you go.
and didn't say nothing.
Not to us.
Yeah.
Not to us. To him to get him
To
to stop
him,
doing
yeah,
that, to
amongst
repent
them.
from that shit, yeah. We don't believe me. We don't care till we want to know what your private info and what's doing. But when it come out, we have to edify the people against it.
Now it's affecting the body.
Right. And now you got this dude, Ariella, the one who brought out the information. He's doing a round 2 now.
Yep.
He's doing a second episode.
Monetized.
I'm pretty sure it is. But now he got more receipts that he so it's just straight it's fuckery. But this is what happens when you have a whole organization built off of self-willed, young, immature leaders.
And you know what? He probably not doing it just for,
the embarrassment. He's doing it for the embarrassment of Eleazar, but he wants that top spot too.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Right there.
He probably
He needs to take on some disciples for himself.
The
The Lord can expose your intentions, man.
No, what does that say? He can.
Disciples unto himself. Acts was it 28, I think.
Yeah, the other one I was thinking was bring captive silly women, but yeah, that.
Yeah, I think he just read that.
Yeah, that's why I was like, that can't be the one.
I was gonna quote the
Subvert old houses and lead captive silly women laden with diverse lusts.
Yeah.
And that's what you see.
some teach in my shop, strife.
At the end.
You mean strife?
Con.
I got
That's clearly that dude. And of course, a lot of people tuning in, just like tuning in to see
podcast,
a reality show.
It's for the drama.
They want to get entertained. So them type of videos that's gonna be the most hits you ever get.
And they hoping that this is what the stone, that the Jenga piece that knocked down the whole Hebrew Israelite thing.
Right.
The world is hoping for that.
They're like, man, if this is a snowball effect,
Yep.
I hope the whole Israelite movement, the whole
Ringo was leaving.
all one West, all the camps.
Yeah.
That's why you shouldn't have no camp.
Because you know, Jake, they're looking for an offense
Yep.
to leave. They really don't want to believe. They really don't believe this thing. They're just looking for the excuse.
Like Squad always goes into, they don't want to take on the responsibility.
Yeah.
You know, Jake wants it, like you said, an excuse to not do the work, an excuse to go back into the world. And the truth be told, if that's what your mind is, let's go, man.
Yeah, don't waste your time.
Didn't you read the scripture like that last night? No, don't. I forget how it was. You read it in like a NLT or something.
I forget.
How do you, go ahead, give what you got.
I got and we always bring this out, but it's necessary because it's the foundation of the body. 1 Corinthians 14:40. Let all things be done decently and in order.
There it is.
That's the foundation of everything, man. And for reasons like what we talking about, as well as many more, man.
What does he counsel?
How you gonna care for the Lord and your house ain't even in order?
Your physical, your personal house.
Yeah.
Not even, look, how many houses we gotta talk about? He ain't got his spiritual house together, his personal spiritual house together. He don't have his house with his woman together.
Right.
His church house is off as well.
Yep.
How could you ever attend sincerely unto the Lord's house? You said you really got something.
You go back to the woman, like, pillow talk to her,
Yeah, perfect.
But Ecclesiastes 25:24, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gather abroad. If she goes not, as thou wouldest have her cut her off from thy flesh, and give her a bill of divorce, and let her go.
It is. So you're really supposed to have control of your house like that. You're really supposed to be able to be like, look, keep your mouth. But you shouldn't have been. What's the one? Is that Amos 7? Where it says
Your wife shall be as a harlot in the city.
No. The one that says basically don't
Teaching how to even lesson against
yeah, is that the one?
Putting on confidence in the woman.
Yeah.
And a guy.
Yeah, the guy. Yeah.
Micah 75.
What is that?
Micah 75.
Micah 75. It's Micah. Yeah, Micah 75. Yeah, but the point is, you shouldn't be pillow talking, giving all that information out. To give her something to talk about, she really should just be busy. You got one too?
Yeah, it's like you gotta, the woman you can't begin saying, you gotta know her characteristics.
Yeah.
That demon can hop on her very quickly.
Right.
Yeah. She ain't gonna know it.
Right.
It's just how a woman is, man. So you can't tell her everything, every deep dark secret, that you experience or in your life or whatever.
So because you said it, and this is just an example of how it makes it alive and how you use it, right? I had a woman that when we got cable TV, she became a demon. When I went to work, she'd be at home watching cable TV, watching all the housewives and Kardashians and shit. Right, looking at that lifestyle, I come in, ain't nothing cooked, ain't nothing clean, just like, damn, what's going on? What you been doing all day? Now she mad at me like I did something or didn't do something.
She looking at them like she deserves. She want a lifestyle.
She want a lifestyle.
like
They don't ever clean up on them shows, right? But what do you But how do you do that? I was like, hey, let me see the remote. Right to YouTube. Put the videos on. Put the apostles on. You gonna have to listen to this through this house. So I'm gonna go in my room. Yeah, you go in the room. And it kept her away from me. Then separation time made her start thinking like, damn, I didn't do that to. I want some affection time with you. We ain't getting no affection time with me right now. I gotta cut that off. So what ended up happening? Now she gotta come in there and listen. I got an hour and a half of this live lesson still to go before it's over. And since you wanna come in there and sit with me, you hungry? You want me to order some food? Yeah, you wanna come now? Your spirit is getting corrupted, becoming corrected because she's hearing the word that's kind of. So you gotta be able to use wisdom, like we were saying earlier, and figuring out how to navigate these things. Not that she's listening to Salaki, but not that she's listening to the breakdowns, but that she can't get in because you're not gonna let nothing distract you from it.
In 2025, I advise y'all brothers don't tell no woman about the truth. Y'all meet a new woman or whatever, don't tell them shit, man. It don't matter if she with you for years, man. Don't tell them nothing, man. I mean, it's some gonna come out, but just try to keep it.
Keep it to a minimum.
Only with so you don't go to church on Sunday, or whatever, whatever. So you don't eat pork. You a Muslim or something? Nah,
you don't get celebrate Christmas.
You don't celebrate Christmas. What is that?
What about Easter?
That's 7th day. They were trying to figure it out.
I just say some shit. Oh, I grew up like that.
Yeah.
There you go. Because we gotta give you what to say. Because
they gonna say Merry Christmas and Happy Easter and Happy Mother's Day and all that all that other shit.
Just don't
and they're gonna be expecting you to respond back with the same saying, but no, you just
I'll say thank you.
Hey, you have a good day. Good day today.
I'll say same to you. Come on,
She come by and she noticed there ain't no decorations, there ain't nothing that commemorates anything. She might question you about no, it's just a regular day for me. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? You enjoying your day though?
Yeah,
that's you got to you got to kind of play mind games a little bit.
You got to use wisdom.
Use wisdom. But she gonna notice your conduct, and eventually she gonna start to want to know more about why you the way you are. You don't let on too much about it. You let her figure that out. Because like the scriptures, like Paul said, an unbelieving woman can be sanctified by a believing husband.
Yep.
So she just might see your conduct and notice that you elevate. You're growing. Your countenance is shining. Like she noticed some things. You're different. You're not no regular ordinary dude. So she gonna some of these women gonna notice that. Some of them, if they wicked, you're gonna escape from her.
Yep. You was quoting earlier, walking wisdom toward them that are without. Those that are without represents the non-believers.
Yeah.
Just because they non-believers don't necessarily mean that they wicked, but they don't believe what you believe or live the way you live.
Yeah, sometimes Jakes need that, that physical example you walking in order to see, what's actually right.
Possible.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, dealing with women, they're all.
It's like they like that gossip shit.
Yeah.
They notice that you ain't into all that shit. I don't give a fuck about that. She gonna be like, damn. I can't even talk to this nigga. I can't even talk to him.
He got mad at
He just got mad.
Cut me off because he was talking.
I don't want to hear that about that shit, man.
I was like, I don't give a fuck. I said,
and that's just to cut all the bullshit out your life.
Yeah, so that shit.
Because she can bring that to you.
Now, I was just gonna say, man, a lot of times dealing with women, bro, it's important when we talk about pillow talk. Pillow talk refers to what just happened, right? What just happened when you pillow talk? You just got it in with her, right? That's when you shut the hell up.
Oh yeah, you bust that nut.
That's it.
You did the work,
man.
You did the hard part. You did all the talking to lead up to that.
You're supposed to learn from Samson.
I'm just being real.
Yeah.
He was supposed to just hit it and that's it.
Yeah, roll over, go to sleep, keep your hair locked
Yeah.
up, you know.
Show handle some business.
Don't
Yeah.
start talking now. You know, my spirit is so open when I'm with you, babe. I just want to tell you, man,
Man, that's what
shut
happened
the
to
hell
happen,
up.
bro.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't too, right? Yeah.
you use that vagina. Yeah, man, you can't get
Hey,
caught up
it's
like
powerful. No, let's be real. It's powerful, according to the flesh. But we're on something bigger than the flesh now. This brother got one.
Slack it, bro. I wanted to bring out
Oh, my
what,
fault, my
you,
fault.
what you said earlier. Micah 7:5 NLT.
All of them.
Don't trust anyone. No, not your best friend or even your wife.
Yep, and that was
Micah 7:5.
Like
Yeah.
75 NLT.
Yep. You got it, bro. You got it.
Proverbs 31:3. Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways that which destroyeth kings.
Yeah, good.
Hey, just like Samson. When you give a woman your weaknesses, that's you giving her your strength.
Yeah.
Yep. Because she gonna prove it. You can't just tell her, like, babe, don't ever do this to me, man. I'm susceptible to this.
I don't know what I'll do if I lost you, you know, shit like that.
Oh man, she gonna put it to the test. She gonna try it.
And, that was what King Lemuel's mother.
Yep. Woman told me.
Hey, I always think like this could be a scenario she's thinking, right? Because if the king gives his heart to his wife or his woman, women they hate each other, low key.
Yep.
So the wife might be trying to take over the kingdom or some shit.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. Trying to marry you for that.
Yeah, you kick the mother off to the side or some shit.
Get the first address.
They can be scheming, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
You've seen that on House of David, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
We're gonna marry his family.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Joint family, but it's always for a nefarious purpose.
Ptolemy did it. Was
Ptolemy's, yeah.
I was saying, I was just telling the brother that Nero's mom did that for him.
Yeah.
To to make sure he was ruler.
Damn.
Nero was wicked. I think Nero killed his mom.
Has something else.
That
If
one.
you know it's in history.
Oh yeah, yep. Last Kingdom.
Yeah.
Oh, someone had something. Oh, this brother. You want to read this?
You gonna
Oh,
say
ready.
something?
Well, yeah, that was a true statement.
And even the Hasmoneans,
Yep. Exactly.
they married in with the Herodians. And next thing you know, the Herodians took their spot.
Okay, you go off this.
You know,
The Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones,
Yep.
the Last Kingdom. Yeah.
It's a chess move. It's a power move. If you know, especially if that guy is susceptible
Yeah,
to it.
because they know that woman can get the closest to that man.
I'm
And he'll
trying to
tell us
think
stuff.
which is higher. It's basically departing from your maker, but women is up there with destroying men. Women is one of the top things throughout the scriptures would have destroyed men. Even in today's time, since the beginning all the way through. We're going through this. If you'd have kept reading, not that you should have, but if you'd have kept reading in that Sirach 25, it was gonna say it from women became the beginning of sin. And through her, we all
Yeah,
died.
he read that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you read that verse?
Yeah, he read that.
My fault. Yeah, but that was the verse though. With that, man, that lets you know. So many. And that's why Solomon said, of 1,000 men, only one have I found, but of a woman have I not found.
So why would you want to surround yourself?
In
This is why they wonder. They think that apostles is mad when they say no women. Y'all hate women. They'll throw that misogynist term at us.
Not saying you can't have a woman,
Right.
but the women are not an integral part in this truth.
Ministry.
In the ministry, yeah, you have your woman, but you keep your woman to the side. You know, your woman let her play her role.
Right. You had a few women that supported the ministry. You know, you had support. You had helps. Women that actually ministered, but not in a way that the men that standing on the front lines and sacrificing their lives, that wasn't their role. Women have their own purpose when it's in its rightful order.
That's why
Right? They're not at the forefront. They're not on the front lines. All right. Paul said, "I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence, with all subjection." You get with these other camps that highly revere these women. They let their women do what the hell they want to do, and that's why they always got this mess going on.
That's why the churches the way they are. They got women in leadership.
Exactly.
That's what Paul was talking against. Exactly.
And it's that saying, like
No, you good. You good.
that saying, to know the condition or the state of a kingdom, look at their women. The same goes for a camp, you know, in a particular organization. If they women have any kind of say or they in the forefront, it's most likely it's no organization and no order in it.
What if you're on camera, man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of
You
years
got
ago,
women teaching classes and shit.
Yeah.
Sakari University. You know what I mean?
No, you got women on doing video on some of these different cameras.
You got women coming on the comment boards trying to rebuke brothers.
They will become your comment
This
board.
bitch tried to rebuke me because I cussed out Ringo.
The fuck?
She come on there talking about some Yahusha. Like, yeah, you definitely belong to you one of them.
Yeah.
You know?
But you see, the example is they show everybody when you use this book, they will show you where their minds are really at. And so you have the advantage because you know how to deal in wisdom with a mind that's like that. And it's just basically start with, oh, you don't believe, or you don't use wisdom, and I'll just deal with you from this perspective. You got something too? You got it.
This is
still hold it, right?
This is 1 Corinthians 14 and 34. Let your woman keep silence in the churches.
Verse 33.
33.
Yep.
For God is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all the churches of the saints.
Why you had to read that?
Hey, wherever women is gonna bring confusion.
Yeah.
Especially in this thing of ours, man. You have women around, hey man, 9 times out of 10, hey, it's gonna be something's going down, man. Some type of wickedness. That's why they don't need to have no shine on them. They need to be at home doing upkeep in the house. That's their job, man. That's a job, man.
Yeah.
You know? Taking care of the children.
An important job.
Yeah, it's an important job, man.
Vital.
But that's seen as oppression, bro. That's a toxic masculinity, man. You know?
Showing you that our women still, they come into this thing with that same feminist mindset.
Yep. Scripture say a wise woman will build her house, but the foolish pluck it down with her hands.
Right. And if you don't meet every standard and give her the moon and the stars, then she's not gonna want to serve you.
That's naive. That's still not enough.
It's still not enough. You know?
These women need the environment, this whole environment, like you said earlier, the nail salon still open, still running water, you know. People, you know, it's still peaceful out here, man. You know, but hey, all chaos needs to happen, man.
That's the only way they're gonna humble themselves.
When you see the wave of women that's complaining because men are not approaching them no more. They're trying to go to these mixers and nobody's showing up.
All women mixing. Like, this is what I signed up for. The club is 19% men.
Yeah. This is kind of a way of men taking that power back. The men really gave all the power to these women. Now that men are, now that men are starting to finally acknowledge their self-worth. So now these women, they're starting to feel the pressure of not having men around.
At the same time, we see the tensions in the world, money tightening up, security.
Man, Trump doing a beautiful job. Trump is doing a beautiful job right now. The price of everything going up.
I've come to the fact to understand, this woman said that, I come to the fact to understand you really can't do this thing by yourself. Dummy.
Right.
It took eggs to go up for you to figure this out.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that's what I had to take.
Yeah. It really took
The prophecy.
Yeah.
When that
egg
Isaiah
getting cut
4:1,
off.
that Isaiah 4:1, that means the economy's fucked up. You know? That means employment is a deep recession when Isaiah 4:1 happened, man. Martial law out in the streets, man. Curfews. You know, troops running up and down the streets and tanks and shit. You know?
You ain't got your dream job no more.
Right.
You can't boast about, you know, I work for the government, or I got a federal job, or I got a corporate job.
Hey, the internet's cut off.
Yeah. Now what you finna do?
Social media ban.
You gonna share them, man, or you just gonna go sell yourself?
And you remember what they was doing? TikTok was talking about. Right. How long TikTok go off? 6 hours?
Yeah. Right.
They was losing their mind.
Yeah.
Somebody bring that out in first entrance. Who had it? You had it?
You got it, bro. You got it. Start at like 13.
Yep. Start up.
First Ezra 4:25.
Start up at 13.
13.
Yep.
And we can end on this note.
Yeah, 13. This is
First Ezra what?
yeah.
First Edges.
What chapter?
So yeah, right here.
What chapter? I'll be at.
First Ezra
13.
4 and 13.
That's it right there. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Second Ezra 4 and 14.
And we were talking about how the king, different kings that were subject to women a little bit earlier. This what made me think of it because this Zerubbabel broke down the fact that the women are stronger than the king. They ain't wine, but truth above everything. You got it, bro.
This first Ezra 14.
4 and
13.
Then the third who had spoken of woman and of the truth, this was Zorobabel, began to speak, O ye man, it is not the great king nor the multitude of men, neither is it wise that excellence who is it then that ruleth them, or have the lordship over them.
Yep.
Are they not women?
Hold on, bro. So he's giving the perspective, well, he already gave the perspective of how powerful and how influential and persuasive a king can be, how influential wine can be. Because when you drink wine, it'll make you do things. If you're a king has power. He can point his finger and have you do things. But it's coming from a different perspective with women, because women, they can persuade you. You know, hey, it speaks about that woman that have tinkling in their feet and their wanton eyes. Hey, a lot of times a woman can look you in your eyes and get you to do some shit, man. It's happened.
The art of seduction.
Yeah,
Right.
of course.
Every great man we read about that fell of a woman, that's what she basically used.
Yeah.
Her seductive, and it's her nature to be seductive like that.
And was that in Sirach 9 where it says, "Gaze not upon a maid,
Yeah,
that
the
thou,
9 and 4.
that thou fall not by the things that are precious in her."
Sirach 9.
Dang.
Yeah, I was holding it.
Start at 1.
I was sorry.
Because the scriptures say that the woman is the glory of the man.
Yep.
And beauty cheers the countenance. A man loves nothing better.
Yep.
And that's just how the Lord biologically hardwired us
Yep.
to be attracted to beautiful women.
Yep.
Even to the point where sometimes you might be in awe, like, damn, this bitch bad.
Yeah.
So she might be able to soften you up a bit, you know. But you got to learn how to, nah, can't let that happen. I don't care how beautiful you look.
That's exactly what it means. Give not your strength to that.
Don't give your strength to that. Don't give in
Your
to it.
actions. Your mind on it. And what the elder Ariella says, so what's your most precious? I'm gonna ask it as a question. Just throw some, just blurt them out if you got them. What's your most precious commodity that you brothers own? I'm sorry. It's close, but it's something that every man owns. Not just every man owns it. And women are out to get this. They ain't trying to get the Bible. So what are they really trying to get? A form of it. What is it though?
They trying to get that power, your glory, that power.
It's your time and your energy and your money. I think the other one was time and money. Those what they want. Those are your most precious commodities that you own.
I was gonna say your seed too.
Oh, they went all the way around.
Yeah.
You know, and because what does it take? Because by getting those other things, your time, that's your seed, that's your energy, and your money. But you know, we don't care about the money part. It's the time and the energy that we really want.
She's just the receiver.
Yep.
She's just everything that you do
Yep.
is based on you giving to her. Everything
that's how
she's
that
doing
goes. So,
right now is based on receiving everything from you.
instruction,
Yeah.
wisdom, seed. You just keep money, whatever. You just keep going. You
She
know?
can turn into a succubus and suck the life out of you.
I'm sure all of us brothers have experienced at some point, you know, a woman saying, "Oh, you don't spend enough time with me. You know, you always gone. You always busy." Now, some of it is just, you know, that's how women are. They come out of good nature, but some of them, they, like you said, they have plots. They scheming on it.
Yeah.
He was
Last thing is because you said it. When I hear that, I'm not the best example, but I'm gonna just tell you. When I hear you're not giving me enough time, guess what I give you? More alone time away from you. Even if I'm brothers laugh because they be like, "You going home?" Yeah, but not yet.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna sit in the car for another 45 minutes to an hour. I'm gonna run to the store. I'm gonna go sit at the park and look at the birds and the trees. I'm gonna go do something.
For real.
Hey, where you been at? Me? Don't do this. I've been hollering at bitches. I'll be at the park and shit by myself, reading, you know. But I tell them shit like that. And I don't care if y'all listening and watching the video right now. I don't care. I'm just being real with you, brothers. Though. This is a power that you gotta, in this thing, you gotta keep that for yourself.
Yeah.
Because when you come in the house, especially when they
Jim Mess is wicked.
it's messed up. It's messed up because
Jim Mess.
Mistreat their wives.
no, here's the other side of it. Because what happens when you be gone, especially you come back in this powerful energy. We've been in this power. Oh, they miss you. They want time with you. They don't want all that. So you better go take the time for yourself to get your mind right and whatever you gotta do. Then you go home and spend a little time with them. I'm just saying, not that I'm the most wise. I'm not. Trust me. But this is just something I do. You got it, bro. And it helps me.
15. Women have borne the king and all the people that bear rule by sea and land. Even of them came they, and they nourished them up that plant the vineyards from whence the wine cometh. These also make garments for man. These bring glory unto man, and without woman cannot man be. Yea, and if a man have gathered together gold and silver or any other goodly thing, do they not love a woman which is comely in favor and beauty?
That's why, you know, a lot of men do what they do. That's why, you know, you see a lot of men. Now, don't get it wrong. You know, men love themselves, but a lot of times the influence behind a man's drive is a woman. You know, a man goes to the gym because he loves himself. He want to look good, but at the end of the day, you want women to desire you as well. You know, you want that money, that substance for yourself, so you can sustain yourself and your family. But at the same time, it attracts women.
19. And letting all those things go, though they not gape, and even with open mouth fix their eyes fast on her, and have not all men more desire unto her than unto silver or gold, or any goodly thing whatsoever.
Because the glory of a man is a woman. But what's the glory of a woman? Her hair.
Which just goes into her beauty.
That's it.
That's why Eva fucking dumpster died for hair.
Dumpster dive.
She'll rob you at gunpoint.
Hey, you just gave the example in news articles. They going on to these countries to get the badge, to get BBLs, and they end up getting killed or dying.
Yep.
All it's not used so they can come back and they husband can have all that.
Her exterior.
Her exterior, so she can use it as a trap to catch men.
Yep.
I seen the video, I kid you not, but it's she was in the hospital. I forget what happened to her head. I don't know if she had got shot or stabbed or something to where she was bleeding a lot. And she couldn't leave her fucking wig alone. She put her wig on while she was bleeding. Like, what are you doing?
It's way more important.
20.
Yeah, it's a shame for her that she naturally feels shame when she doesn't have her hair. It's supposed to be for her cover.
Did y'all see the one where the chick was in she was in the hospital and she was showing off her eyelashes? Her arm just got chopped off.
Goodness.
Yeah. She was just like, oh, you know, looking at her eyelashes and, you know, But she's sitting over there with a severed arm, like right below her shoulder. She was still worrying about, you know,
Her looks.
the looks. They cut off these eyebrows.
Shit is all vanity.
These eyelashes.
It's all vain.
I gotta throw this out because it's big. Them cum brothers. That lets you know what profession they're in. I let you know if they can afford them and they got them, no matter what they dress like, if they don't be dressed all good that happen. That lets you know what profession they in and how important they think that is. You got it, bro.
Want to look better without that?
Yeah, naturally.
I can see your eyes.
Scripture say a whorish woman is
Maybe
known
no.
by a how he looks at eyelids. Yep. There it is. But let's finish this out.
Yep, yeah, I'm not gonna this one.
20, a man leaveth his own father that brought him up and his own country and cleaveth unto his wife. He sticketh not to spend his life with his wife and remembereth neither father nor mother nor country. By this also you must know that women have dominated over you, dominion over you.
Yep.
Do ye not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman? Ye, a man taketh his sword and goes his way to rob and to steal, to sail upon the sea and upon rivers, and looketh upon the light and gathered in the darkness, and when he hath stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth it to his love.
Yep.
Wherefore a man love his wife better than the father and mother, yea, many there been that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes. Many also have perished, have erred and sinned for women.
Yep.
We got all examples in the scriptures.
Yep. We all got examples.
From Adam. And that's what's from what that caused is what we're dealing with to this day.
Yep.
Being subject to this.
Yep.
And having a taste of death. So that's why the Lord said, put her in the fucking back and you lead the charge
Keep me on.
and you focus on what I'm instructing you to do. And we getting right back to that.
Real quick, another thing about that is we also have the other side of that guidance from the other men that we saw do it the right way, but we got a lot of men that did it the wrong way. Job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the whole time he going through it, she in his ear trying to break him down. Yep. You know, hey, Lot's daughters, we just let that slide a lot. Look how wicked they were. You know, thinking about themselves. You know, the mentality I'm talking about. But go ahead, bro.
And definitely King Solomon.
Absolutely. Yeah, we talking about it more.
28. And now thee ye not believe me, and not the king great in his power, do not all regions fear to touch him? Yet did I see him in Apama the king concubine, the daughter of the admirable Barticus, sitting at the right hand of the king, and taking the crown of the king's head, and setting upon her own head, she also stroked the king with her left hand.
And that right hand of the king is not for just any old person to be there.
That's your second in command.
That's the armor bearer, the guard. That's the top chief counselor.
Yeah.
That's your priest. That's the top guy.
Because looking at the order, you have Yahweh, and then Yahweh Shai sits on the right hand of Yahweh. Right? So
yeah, and they always say in the scriptures, my right hand shall deliver thee. My right hand, my right hand.
So she's sitting at his right hand. You know, so she's his business on his right hand. But what is she doing? She's sitting there to take him down.
Well, I believe in that story too. If I'm not mistaken, she entered into the room without being summoned in there, being called in.
Which is a no-no.
Yeah.
You don't just walk up into the king's court,
bro.
You get put to death. You know, like how people, like how the White House is guarded. Yeah. Anybody try to get over that fence, you're getting smacked. You couldn't just walk in there like that, but that's how powerful some of these women can be to men. Yeah, man. That was it. That was it on everything. Was there?
Yeah, that was the point because he's gonna go into that.
Okay, come. That was
Yeah,
it.
that's good.
All right. So with that, we're gonna give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Chakadash.
Then wonders to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone that rule well. And as always, peace, blessings, and citations to the elect. Shalom.